For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
This is the main event.
Dildo Court is alive.
And kicking. Come on over here, I'll headbutt your ass a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
And welcome to Punch Drunk Sports, where winners win. Guys, I'm super excited to be here. The guy who just is known as the Hitler of Little Debbie's cakes, my good friend and yours, Jayson Thibault. How are you, Jason?
I'm real good.
How what's your body fat at right now?
Oh
my
man.
God. When is that baby due?
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's Midwest life, dude.
Dude, that's so – dude,
This
how
is
great does it
golf.
feel to be fat, man? It's great.
You guys have been talking about how great it's been for as long as I've known you, and you're right.
Dude, I can't wait to stand up and show my belly.
Let's see
And
it,
joining
Parmesan.
one of my favorite people. Well, you know, running the ones and twos. Just apparently he's Airbnb at Ellen's studio since nobody's using it. Johnny Woodard, how are you, John?
What's up, dude? Actually, we're doing a little test shoot here. It's on the DL though, so don't tell anybody. Could be replacing Ellen.
Oh,
It's just a lot of lesbians and me in here.
But you just
That's
yelling
perfect.
at hot lesbians. That should be the whole show.
Yeah.
Just you fucking just yelling and hating and yelling. And
you already
joining us, one of the best people on the planet. We love him. You love him. I love him. Steve Rannazzisi. Let's see that gut.
Let's see it, Parmesan.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Man, and they said polar bears were dying. Look at that.
You know, I think
that makes me
Jason
not
got
believe in
jealous.
global warming right
My
there.
stomach
Oh.
got jealous.
Jason, I think you might have him actually. I can't believe
Okay,
that.
all right, you kids. You kids.
Sam, let's
acting
see
like
it.
you know something. Here we
Let's
go.
see it, Sam. Watch how hairy. First
He's
of all, watch
got-
how hairy this is.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
He's
that's
got the
a
baby
good
in
one.
one hand.
dude.
Yeah, I
Mm.
get it, dude.
That's a
You
protest belly.
You
If you
offset.
have kids much younger than me, man, but there's something about when you have kids, you just don't care anymore. You're like, yeah, I'm fat, stick a
Welcome.
fork in me. I don't want to compete anymore.
Doesn't
this is a
matter.
slow decay. I'm done. I reproduced, call it a day.
You had that attitude way before you fucking had kids, bro. Okay?
Yeah, I just doubled down on it.
I played basketball with you in the 2000s.
Yeah,
all right?
man, that was the glory days of those leagues when the fucking games mattered. Man, the
Yep.
games mattered.
Before the ringers came in. The ringers.
Before Aaron Cater and his holy jihad on our team. You know, he really
Why am I purple? Why do I look like fucking – I gotta put a light on. I look like fucking Nick Nolte in this.
So where are you,
goddamn
Jersey?
thing. No, so Long Island. We just had Hurricane Ishishis. I don't know how to say it. ISIS
Hurricane
or
Ellen?
something.
They're
Yeah,
really
so-
fucking with us with these names. Have you noticed that? None of the names. I mean,
This
they're
one's
all weird.
impossible, dude. This one's it's ISIHISAIA. I think that, and that's
So-
and if you don't say it right, it's like
Yeah.
What binary, non-binary,
Dude,
trans person is naming our
Johnny, can you
our
look up what this
hurricanes
fucking
right now?
hurricane's name is? It's
It sounds like a high school. It sounds like a high school conference. It's the ISHA.
Yeah. Like a high school football league.
Yeah.
There's fucking trees down, and it's it's like sparks.
Okay, it's
People
I think it's Isaias maybe. It's ISAIAS. That's just too many I's. It's just I's and A's and one S. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's just call it a hurricane.
It's two A's, two I's, and two S's.
Oh, Sam, great
what a-
job, dude.
What a cute baby.
Beautiful.
Look, she's 6
Ninja.
months
Is
old
that Ninja?
tomorrow.
Is that
Speaking
ninja?
of hurricanes.
Nope.
Fuck
This
me.
is
I
Ghost.
always get it wrong.
And all she wants to do is stand. And this is like her 27th podcast. And when she sees herself,
Today.
she just wants to start talking.
God, the things
There's
that
a-
she's in just her brain is
Dude, the amount of the fact that this kid doesn't have flippers is
This is amazing human experiment we're having right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad I'm on the planet
Dude.
Earth. I love this.
He's like the
love
Ken
this.
Griffey Jr. of podcasting, right?
This is great.
Remember Steph Curry hanging out in gyms?
She's gonna
already
be
doing
She's gonna be 11 years old, arguing you about space monkeys, right? and being like, no, Dad, you're fucking wrong because here's that na-na-na, and the Clippers will never win an NBA championship.
Not after
And you're gonna be
today's
like,
game. I have no hope for anything.
Remember when Ken Griffey Jr. and his dad played in the outfield for the
Yeah.
Mariners on the same team?
Oh,
He's gonna
I'm gonna be
unfollow
her
you.
co-host.
Oh, I can't wait.
She's
dude.
gonna give me dirty looks when I say something stupid. Right? She's like, shh.
She's a big farter too, right, Sam? Big farter.
Dude, they love the fart, dude. Babies love the fart.
Oh yeah, they love it,
Big
and they make them laugh, makes them happy.
Sam said that makes him laugh. I kind of didn't believe that. So that's a real thing, huh?
It fucking air coming out your anus hole when you don't even know, like when all of a sudden you're like, oh my
The
god.
funniest thing.
Remember the first time you had a tongue in your anus? You're like, imagine
when
when
they
air
don't
comes
know how
out of
to
it,
fart.
reverse.
So they got
Yeah.
this thing in their stomach, and it's like, oh, it hurts. And they waddle around. And one time they'll shoot their legs up and it will just fart. And then they just like, oh, but they don't retain it. They can't remember that combination. So every time it happens, they have to crack a new code.
Oh, it's like Memento, where you just had to kind of have to keep repeating the steps.
And Quantum Leap. They have to learn, like, what are the rules? And then they're like, what's it going to take to stop this tummy ache?
Oh, dude, I love it. Ari was
They're
farting
so
up
cute.
a storm last night on my couch. So
What
was
did
my
you
son.
guys do? Why was Ari kicking it at your place? Just to hang out?
He just came out for the day. It was beautiful. We went for a hike. We ate some pizza. We swam in the pool. We ate a little more dinner. He hung out with the kids and Tracy. We watched the Yankee game, and then he bounced. It was great.
Tracy, one of the few wives.
Hey,
that
Steve,
actually
do you
likes
think
Ari.
anybody who loves Kobe and hates that you were involved in 9/11, do you see any black people like that yelling at both of you? Like, they got both of their national.
Not on Long Island. No, not where I am, dude. No, people are like high-fiving us, dude. We're liberals out here. People are like, you fucking crazy monsters. Go back to the fucking. This is old country here.
You,
Yeah.
Callen, D'Elia, Ari have to do a tour called "Fuck You Guys." You just go on the road and sell out and crush everywhere. Can I MC that show?
Absolutely, dude. I'm going to ask to MC that show at this point. But by the way, I told you it's all over. It's done, dude. I did one gig. I didn't feel comfortable with it. I mean, it didn't feel right. So I got like backup plans on.
What do you mean,
plans.
Steve? You didn't feel safe,
What's your
or it
backup
felt
plan,
wrong?
Steve?
Dude, I did one. I mean, look, I went to the gig. I didn't leave the hotel room. It was Oklahoma City. It was. I said yes during the protest. I felt good. I was like, people are going out again. Then as soon as I said yes, they had that Tulsa rally. The numbers blew up. I got there. Everybody's up front laughing. I felt weird about it. So it just didn't feel comfortable. So I don't know when it's going to feel comfortable again, but fuck it. I mean, till then, it's like,
So,
hey, what am I
so
gonna
you
do?
said you have backup plans. What's your
yeah.
backup plan?
Because my brother's a priest, and he doesn't figure anyone's really going to be packing in the churches anymore. So we're going to start a car wash here on Long Island, Holy Water Car Wash.
So that was real.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
We're going to
that's
start
awesome,
it up.
dude.
Yeah, we're going to
Are
start
you
it
going
up.
to use real holy water?
We're going to spray. My brother's going to bless all the hoses to come out. Boom. Your car.
No. You're doing the wrong thing now. That's extra. You charge extra. That's like the elite package is the holy water, dude.
There
Come
are
on.
packages. Do you want to get your car detailed? While you're waiting, he'll do your confession in the other room, right over there.
Steve,
There
do
you
you
go.
and your brother have a
a good
competition on
idea.
which one of your guys' careers has more pedophiles in it? Do you guys ever do that?
It's worse for us. Our numbers are racking up, dude. We're like the Red Sox. They're like, oh, we didn't win. We didn't win one for years and years and years, and the Yankees just had crushing years. They were just boom, boom, fucking, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh yeah, here we go, bam,
Here we go,
bam,
dude.
bam, bam. What a resurgence we've had as an industry.
Oh, dude, I always wanted to start a car. I've been telling Martha that I want to get I want to buy a laundromat, but now we can't get quarters. Now nobody's got quarters.
No one's got yeah, I guess that's not even a thing anymore. But most of those, but you can't launder the one that goes, like, you can't launder that
Well, now they all use credit cards.
That
All the
card
ones in
money,
Hollywood
yeah,
are
but
all cards.
you
I can
gotta
use my
pay.
phone on mine.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
phones, yeah.
That's not the business that it used to be. Trust me.
That sucks.
The funny thing is, like, people at laundromats, people that are using laundromats are generally the people that don't have a credit card or phones.
Mhm.
Right.
And if I have all that, I'll buy a washing machine for that crib.
Yeah.
I'm cutting out the middleman with stand-up. I'm just doing stand-up at funeral homes, hospitals, and then I'm gonna do a couple Jamboree shows.
Any dates other than those Jamboree shows?
September 4th, I'll be at Market Comedy Club in Valparaiso, Indiana, home of one Ryan O'Neal. That's September 4th. This Friday, I'm at this gig in Michigan, but it's already pretty much sold out, but it's going to be super cool. Wear a mask, get in for free. Don't wear a mask, $2,000 a ticket.
I love that, dude. I think that's a fucking great thing.
If one person doesn't wear a mask, I figure I'm on Easy Street.
Well, you're going to need a little more than one, but. You
don't know what street I live on. Rannazzisi, I want to talk to you about, we got some big news. I was texting with Steve about this idea that.
Oh, hey, can I just, we got, what's that? What time's that thing at the Comedy Store, Sam?
Oh, I actually have something. This Saturday night at 8:00, Johnny, myself, XG, and the guests will be doing a tinfoil hat live from the OR. They're now allowing people to do shows in the window while people in the patio in the back can walk.
It's so weird.
Really? In the window?
They have the blinds drawn. So you're facing the window, but the blinds are drawn.
So like a burlesque dancer, like one of those Amsterdam hookers?
Yeah, but nobody can see you, though. The blinds are drawn, so nobody can see you. You're facing the window, but because it's a performance, apparently, if the blinds are open.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Why even face the window then?
I know. That was all of these were my questions.
Why not just
wait a
be
minute.
comfortable?
You can hear it on the patio?
Yeah.
And apparently there's a stream. Apparently there's a stream of it, like a video going on.
Oh, okay. And you're on the stage.
No. We're facing the patio window at a table.
So you're looking at a blank curtain?
But the window is closed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why don't they just have you on the stage so it looks better in the video shoot?
Because they set it up in the window first, and they didn't feel like changing it, is my guess. That's.
Well, because I had talked to them that they were doing something like that kind of at the stand in New York, where you would be there and then people would be on the sidewalk and you'd be doing stand, they could look through it. So I think that's what they were thinking right there, which I have no problems with. But what happened was somebody walked by and snitched on the store. So the night we were supposed to do it, they shut it down. People couldn't watch us.
But what snitching? Like, what's the violation?
Someone was like live entertainment.
No, he means what's the penalty?
Yeah, like no. I'm actually asking like, what's the like, what are you saying that we're like, someone's inside, we're serving drinks outside.
They said it's
live
entertainment, like he said.
The window.
He said it was live entertainment. They're not allowed to do that, I guess.
So live entertainment of any form is banned.
That's what Mike said, yeah.
So if you had the outdoor patio, right, and you had a guitarist sitting on the patio, like on a pedestal 6 feet away, playing guitar, just as background music, that would be like you couldn't do that?
I don't know why. I think it might be because we are indoors when we're doing it. You know, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
It's wild, dude. I don't know what I'm coming back. I mean, look, we're coming back. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was about to say why.
So, I mean, every single human I'm talking to is leaving.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
And I just kind of, I've talked to some people, but what are we coming back to? Like, like, what is it like? Do you think that the Laugh Factory is open in a year from now?
Well, I don't know how they're still open. I mean, he must have the deepest of pockets. So deep of pockets. And he must own the building. I don't know how he can afford that building. I mean, like, he hasn't been doing well for a couple of years.
I think a lot of the ones that are doing better are ones that actually own that property that they're on. People that are leasing these fucking Sunset Strip properties got to just be drowning. I know the Shore family has a 99-year lease.
No, they own that building.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, and then fucking, I think Jamie owns the Laugh Factory, but fuck. And now Jeannie Buss owns the Ice House, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what I heard.
That's interesting.
I mean, you can't even do a show in the window.
But you know what, Steve? What year did you get picked up at the store?
From the Ice House.
Wait, what? What year did I get picked? Well, I got passed. I mean, as a regular in like 2005, but I started working there in 3.
So
Two.
So you were there when it was. I remember when you were working the door, the booth, and I walked up, and you're like, "Should I be looking for a new job?" Because it was dead.
Many times.
So like that happened when she gutted the lineup. This may be 20 years later, just like that, where like the whole middle of that lineup could be gone.
Look, I mean, the beginning and the end of it, too, a lot of it can be, too. It's just going to be a humongous mix-up no matter how you slice it, at least for a while, at least for a year.
You got some people, though, just my prediction, right? Like, I'm not saying – you got some people, though, that have made some tremendous strides even throughout this whole COVID thing. Like, you can arguably say, I don't know if you guys have been like – I think Tim Dillon's become a bigger star in the last 5 months, 6 months than he did before, just because of the stuff that he's making and the way. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised that when the doors open up, if you put his name on the marquee, if it wouldn't sell out. I'm not saying to, like, it's not like Joe Rogan, but I'm saying, I feel like people will want to come back and they will want to support and they will remember who the people, like Rogan might not be there, obviously, or some other people, but there will be names still remaining that will interest people.
Do you guys know the details of the Rogan thing? Because I haven't. He's not keeping a studio in LA, right?
No, he's keeping his house in LA,
but not a studio.
Well, I haven't been there in 7 years. Okay, but he has a jet hangar for
I remember at first, like a couple of weeks before he said he was leaving and recording in Texas, he said that he was going to come out to LA to record, and I didn't know if he was still going to do that for some guys, because I feel like he's still going to be at the store some, I don't know, a couple times a month.
Yeah, of course he will.
He's
not fucking 3 times a week.
I think everybody but Joey Diaz will move back. That's my opinion.
Back to LA eventually?
Yeah.
Why not Joey?
Because I just think at his age, just because what he wants to live near his family, and I think he's just kind of over all of it. And I just think at his age, he's like, I've done this, dog. I'm over it. He can just go to New York City if he wants to gig.
Yeah.
Interesting shit. It's going to be scary.
It's going to be super scary. What's going to happen to Fighter and the Kid? That sucks. Anybody read that article? Stupid.
Yeah.
Dumb.
I had issues. Issues big time. It's like, I don't know, man.
Well, it's interesting that you can make what seemed like a decent accusation, like a heavy accusation, and then throw in all this other shit, which is just character assassination, basically. Like, when did that become journalism? You know what I mean? Where they just
making people be like, hey, by the way, he's an adulterer, so it's like bad person.
Yeah.
Like, that's really not warranted in the situation. But you know what? It's just you're painting characters of people, and you're creating a character, essentially.
Just let it work its way through the legal system.
Yeah, I feel.
It's like when Amy Schumer posted that shit, right? If you go through the comments section, it's all women, entertainers with blue check marks going, you go, girl. Half of them work with Callen, okay? And they're like, yeah, go kill him with zero proof.
This is our chance.
The girl's story makes no sense. She's like, she makes no sense. She was on a date with Callen. She had a boyfriend. Have we never heard that story before?
Yeah.
We have our opening right now, though.
Sam is saying this is not Steve Rannazzisi. He doesn't want this to affect his fucking car wash, okay?
This is
Sam Tripoli saying.
No. I'm saying the character, the painting of the picture of like the narrative that you want to give, and this character is this kind of person. It doesn't read, it's not to me newsworthy journalism. If there's something illegal, then you go over there.
It's a hit.
But
it's a hit on Rogan's people. That's my opinion.
That $100 million deal seemed to be a lightning rod, and a lot of things are coming around it. And so
it sure did.
And Steve, I shouldn't have talked about this because I don't know your opinions on it, so I shouldn't have just opened my mouth. But You know, my whole thing is if there is some evidence, go to law. Go to the law. Go to the law. The only time we've seen that, Harvey Weinstein. Where's he now? In fucking jail. But everything after that has been innuendo. I mean, like, dude, we had fucking Johnny Depp be taken down by a chick who is slowly but surely just everything was bullshit lie. Chris Hardwick, bullshit lie. I mean, as much as I hate Aziz Ansari, I don't like him, this Sam speaking. We knew that story was ridiculous. Oh, he should have seen it in my eyes. I have two daughters. Do you think I want dudes doing that? No. But if I ever have a son, I don't want a world where my son grows up and anybody could say something about him and all of his hard work is done.
Look, I think that he's built his own career in the sense that I think the fighter and the kid would be fine if he took a little, if he wants to take some time off, let it and comes back. I'm sure his fans and his audience would be okay with that. I think networks probably have problems with all this shit, but you know what? That's what it is. I think stand-up, he'll be fine. You create these sort of things where you have your own fans who know who you are, and you hope that they continue to, support you, even when shit like this comes out, especially the stance that he's taken. He's been very vocal. He's been out, online talking about it.
The only one we've ever seen
categorically denying it. And so when you look at it, you go, I look at it, I go, this is just a person painting a picture of someone that they already have a story that they want to write. And that's tough for me to swallow. It really is.
We've got an opening, though, as Punch Drunk to take Fighter and the Kid down. It's our chance.
Hey, we warned him not to fuck with our Caveman Coffee money. Now look. Who wants some now? You want some of us, Joe Rogan?
Yeah, look, I'm not saying Joey Diaz did this. I'm not saying Joey Diaz did this, but who do you think's going to be repping all the On It pills now? So you're going to have Fighter and the Kid doing Alpha Brain commercials now? I think Joey's going to be doing all the Alpha Brain commercials.
Hey, so you guys
he's not doing his podcast until January. He's taking off. Joey Diaz.
Is he really? Well, dude, he's doing a Patreon thing that's brilliant. Pay what you want. I'm sure this dude's just paying like $1,000 a month. Joe, I bet you Joey's making like $1.8 million a month on Patreon.
Why did he say he's doing that, Sam? Taking off?
Because I think he just wants to get transition to New Jersey, chill. He's been running. Dude, all of us been running and gunning for a long time, and it's just very tiring. And it's tiring.
All right. So we going to lose baseball or what?
I think dude, I wouldn't doubt if like the Marlins are hemorrhaging money so much, right? Because where's the revenue coming in? It's television revenue. How much television revenue could the Marlins be making? Local markets, not that much. Baseball is the one sport over all the other sports that their live gate is their bloodline. And selling hot dogs, hamburgers, live gate, that's how they make their real cash, man. And now they don't have that?
What if COVID is just an elaborate scheme to get that bastard to sell the Marlins, finally?
I've done 3 episodes on it. You're very close.
Who do you want to sell the Marlins? Derek Jeter?
Dude, he's ran it. What is he doing?
Yeah.
Well, it's been 2 years. What do you want him to do? It's like,
okay.
We're complaining about Derek Jeter.
Yeah. Getting all butthurt about the Wonder Dude.
We're complaining about Derek Jeter, but I assume you guys have brought up Michael Jordan, right? That's as an owner that, we're giving a lot of.
Yeah, but he's not. He's actually. He's paid players, and they gave Nick Batum the dumbest big money contract in the history of the NBA. The guy's not even starting now, and he's making like $150 million.
Fine.
Yeah, but
Derek
I'm saying
Jeter's in his third year
paid anybody
of being an owner of this franchise. They got fucked. They're the test monkeys that went out there and got it.
And I don't really blame him though. What's the guy's name? Sherman or whatever. I'm talking about the guy who owns most of the Marlins.
Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. Derek Jeter made a lot of money playing baseball, but he ain't wealthy. Okay, wealthy. Most of these owners have their sports team is their side bitch. Okay, it's
Yeah, I
something
mean,
they
even
own
Jordan's
just
even Jordan's that way, dude.
Yeah,
know,
no, Jordan is
outside
for
of
sure. But it
outside of
shows.
Davis and the owners of the Lakers, Jeannie Buss and her brother. Everybody else is like a titan in another industry, and they bought this because they think it would be cool, and they're super competitive. Now,
But the Hornets are finally doing a rebuild, by the way, and they're trying to do it right this time. They got good talent. We'll see. Mitch Kupchak, say what you will about him, but he's good at finding guys in the second round.
I mean, Jordan's only owned the team for what, 15 years now?
Yeah. No, he's done it wrong, but I think we'll see. We'll see, man. I don't know.
I
don't see how. I mean, I think there's a big difference between that because he's not running it for profit. Like the Marlins were just milking that franchise and not even trying to put out a competitive team.
Like the Oakland Athletics.
Like the Athletics, yeah.
Well, they're very tight with money. Look, you could tell every team's tight with. I see the Yankees have AT&T or T-Mobile spray painted on the mound. It's like, they're changing it up every inning. They're trying to like throw different things on the diamond to have ad space around. So look, they didn't
do cutouts there, did they?
Owners.
Yankee Stadium didn't do cutouts.
They didn't do cutouts.
Thank God.
No. And they haven't done those ColecoVision fucking fans in the stands in the back.
Yeah.
I hate the ColecoVision one. Yankees tried to do the cutouts, but I guess two of the cutouts got into a really bad fight. One of them shanked the other one.
That's funny, dude. You know why the Yankees can't do those ColecoVision?
They use a box cutter on a cutout?
They've hit 100 home runs, and when they bounce around, those stupid fucking people's heads and stuff.
Yeah.
Here's how I know the season's fucked, because the Yankees are truly unstoppable. There's no single game that they should ever lose this whole year, ever. They're mashing.
I thought the Dodgers were going to be.
They're fucking their bullpen. They haven't even had Chapman in yet. They haven't even got a quality start. I mean, they've gotten 3 quality starts, 2 rain shutout ones from Garrett Cole, but he's 3-0.
Braves are okay, but they lost their best pitcher yesterday to a blown Achilles. Mike Soroka went down.
He'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I mean, just blew it out. You could see it. His whole leg just went like this. So gross. Ugh.
Tough to watch.
They're fucked now.
Tough to watch. Yeah, these guys they came back.
Steve, tell everybody the good news. This is one of the 2 reasons I wanted to have you on the show about our new little fucking investment that you and I are in with our sports marketing team. What's-his-face's sports marketing.
Yep.
This is
our PPE idea of the year, because it's the hottest thing right now. What is the hottest thing right now? COVID, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even talking about this idea, but yeah, if you want to get into fucking.
Oh no, what idea were you talking about?
Well, we'll get into that. My sports marketing plan, Stratib and What's-His-Face Sports Marketing, where our first
that's
client,
me, dude. Yeah.
What?
Our number one client?
Yeah, our number one client.
This is some setup. Jesus Christ.
My 8-year-old son is a pitching phenom. And I say that as a father. I know everyone's proud of their kids, but he's 8. He's playing on a travel ball team here in New York, just local.
With older kids. He's the youngest kid in the league.
Yeah. And he hit 58 on the jugs gun the other day with the fucking radar gun.
At 8? That's really good.
Yeah. He's faced 38 batters, I think. I had to pull the numbers up. 38 batters, 32 strikeouts. He's walked 1 kid in like 10 or 12 and 2/3 inning. Hit no one. And his strike to ball ratio is like 81%.
I didn't even know they did pitching.
His numbers are like, they count everything now because they do pitch counts and stuff. So they don't blow these kids' arms out.
How fast can he throw?
Threw up to 58, dude.
When did they stop doing coach pitch, though? I thought the coaches were still pitching until you're like 10 or something. Is that really?
Pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
stick to your girl show, Ellen.
Yeah. Why don't you go interview fucking Simon Cowell with your coach pitch over there? I might just do
that. Or no, pitching machine. Sorry.
No,
they not do that up there?
Yeah, they do. They did that but we've moved them up, dude.
I thought there was a whole thing about worrying about their arm, blowing out their arms and shit like that.
Yes, of course. There's pitch counts and stuff like that. But, it's like that's more high school stuff.
How many innings you get as an 8-year-old pitching?
Well, it depends. You get 50 pitches.
50 pitches.
For most kids, that's a third of an inning. My son threw 4 and 1/3 innings.
That's 3 games for Jonah.
4 and 2/3 inning.
Wow, that's really good.
In 50 pitches.
He's just plugging fastballs in there, or are you giving him any breaking stuff? Are they allowed to?
No, well, I told the third game because he just was throwing fast. I go, look, it's 0-2. You want to throw a change up once in a while? Feel free.
What are you doing? Like a circle change? You give him to palm the ball? What's that?
Yeah. So right now he throws it with these 3 fingers. You know, his hands are small, right?
Yeah.
So for the circle change, right? I just tell him to boom, throw it over there, make this a little boom, and just throw with these 3 fingers.
The OK circle. They call that the OK circle.
Yeah, it's like 3 miles. It's like 6 miles an hour.
You're teaching your son
slower.
to be a white nationalist. Is that what you're doing right now?
I'm giving. Oh, dude, I'm like, wait a minute.
You gotta go on 4chan and find out what each one of these things fucking mean.
I know. I got to make sure I don't flash up the signals. But yeah, it's so he just throws a 3-finger change up, and it's look. Here's the deal. I know it's all ridiculous and it means absolutely nothing right now. But number one, I love to watch him. He loves to play the game, so I love watching him play. Number two, it's the only baseball I'm going to watch live pretty much for a year for the most part, and it's like fun. It's absolutely like he's a good player, and it's fun to watch players.
Are you gambling on it?
I mean, a couple thousand a game. It's not a big deal. You know, it's not like because we're not really like people that are from here. We did have a little like white man can't jump thing where it's like I go sit on the other team's bench, right? And like my son will come out to pitch and I'll just sit there and be like, man, this kid's good, right? I'm like, oh, I bet she strikes out the next guy. It's like, no fucking way. That's my son, Angelo. And it's like, all right, I don't know, man. I'm just watching him pitch. I'm not from around here. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. And it's like, Angelo hasn't struck out in over 3 fucking years. And it's like, all right, man, I don't mean to bet. But I mean, if you want to, like, you have $300 on you because that's all I have. And next thing you know, bingo, bango, I got $300 in my pocket.
It's always that bingo, bango.
I like it.
That's when
and Angelo's crying on the bench, and Jonah's going.
It's like dude, you have to hear Eddie Bravo talk about his son.
Dude, I know. I have talked to Eddie Bravo.
In karate classes. Oh,
no, I know his son's a great baseball player, too. I've talked to him about baseball, but I'm sure Eddie's son is probably twisting people up.
And Eddie always cry. Like when they spar, Eddie will yell, "If he dies, he dies."
Dude, that's tough.
Love that movie.
Is tough. I wouldn't fight Eddie Bravo's son today.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the kid
How old
looks
is he?
Exactly like Eddie Bravo.
Well, I wouldn't fight him because Eddie Bravo is gonna fucking jump in right when I take this kid's back.
That's true. If I choke out Eddie Bravo's son, I'm just like. And I'm like, I've never done this before. This is how good I am. I've never even done this before, and I know how to fucking choke you out.
Dude, Eddie Bravo wouldn't beat you, dude. His wife would
probably come over and
murder you.
Yeah,
she would come in. Kimber would murder you, and you'd be like, I'm getting killed by a very attractive person right now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's like
what a way to die.
You gotta go. Kid. That's the way to go, right?
What a way to go.
You beat up one kid, and a whole family swarms you. It's not fair.
Wait, are you guys okay with like the Cardinals the players maybe going to casino, or do you blame them for that? Like, are they fucking us?
It's week 3, dude. I mean, look, how'd you think this thing was going to go wrong? You got a bubble where guys are going to get chicken wings, and you got guys going to casinos on the side. These are 30, 25, 23-year-old dudes with hundreds of millions of dollars, huge cocks, like dude, a sex drive. Man. You know, like they don't want to play video games.
Here. Okay, Steve, you've nailed it, dude. Steve, your hot takes are the best, and I'll tell you why. What you're basically saying is, well, I think they should do during the Super Bowl, and that is hire prostitutes. Is that what you're saying? Because I think that's what purge. I got from you.
Make it a 2-week purge where it's like, hey, you want to come to Miami this week? It's lawless. Whatever. We're going to play a football game at the end, but the 2 weeks when you come down, there are no rules.
The league should hire hookers, okay? COVID test these chicks and just leave them around the magical kingdom for these guys to hit.
Pro golf is almost exactly like that. Do you remember hearing about that bust a couple years ago? There's this carnival of like prostitutes that just follows around the PGA Tour, every city, and they just kind of move into town and they service the guys and the big wigs and the fans.
Yeah, they should. Town. Like I don't know I don't even know why the league dances with that. Just get some undercover chicks. Be like, hey, dude, when they want it, service them. Just get us the receipts.
By the way, you create your own league of that. You could have your own tryouts. That's the HBO show I want to know. Finding the girls, where it's like,
I'm in a fantasy
these
hooker
girls,
league.
like so-and-so from Philly battling so-and-so from Chicago. It's like, I've blown every single Laker that's come through here since Magic Johnson through fucking, James Worthy.
Maybe you don't want to say Magic Johnson. You might want to
get that soundbite?
Hey, you know what? I'm old school, all right?
Let's get
I
that
swallowed
soundbite
it.
of
I'm
Rannazzisi.
good.
Let's
It's
get
like-
that
it's-
soundbite
it's
of
like-
Rannazzisi saying he's blown every Laker.
And it's like those early
Look, I've blown
UFCs.
every Laker. Magic Johnson, fucking James Worthy.
It's like those
And then
early
just got
UFCs where when they
canceled,
walk in,
Steve.
they got their own specialty, at the bottom of the screen, like, oh, blowjobs, the twister technique, and then this chick does reverse cowgirl.
Do you remember the UFC would show all the porn stars there, and they would be like, "Oh, the hot women here." You're like, "Oh, dude, I watch her get savage. I watch her get savage."
Yeah, they're in Vegas. What do you think you're getting to come free?
And now they're like Christian. They're like, "No porn stars, dude. No porn stars." It's like it goes the same way of comedy, right? It's like comedy was such outlaws, and now it's just like everyone's got to be nice, right? It's God forbid you're a knuckle dragger or something like that, right?
Wait, so I talked to Aaron about this, and he doesn't think that baseball could have done a bubble because there was the outbreak in Florida when they were talking about it. But NBA did it. Why? I mean, why couldn't they just expand that? Why couldn't they have done
it?
it?
In New York, you got
completely
3
could do
stadiums here. The players didn't want to do it because when
I know,
they
yeah,
started
I blame
talking
them.
about it, they were going to have an 80-game season, whatever, half the season, and they didn't want to be away for 6 months. But when they brought it back and realized they can only have a 60-game season, it's going to try to get it done in 2 months. That's when they should have been like, well, by the way, we should do it in a bubble because to get it done this quickly, but the ship sailed. Now they're doing traveling, and it's going to be the same thing with the NFL. They're going to get fucked. They're going to be out.
NFL is going to be really, really bad.
You guys
They're
know
even
they
worse
canceled
because
my game. I had brought 4 tickets
You're
to
an
the
idiot.
Raiders game in Vegas, their opening game,
Did you
and they
pay
just
for it?
said it's been canceled.
Yeah,
Yeah, by the way, try
Did
to
you get your
till-
ticket stubs?
No, you don't get your money back. Did you get your money
No,
back?
did you get
Yeah,
your
I
tickets?
did get my money. You know why? Because I bought that insurance.
But did you get your tickets, your actual physical tickets?
No,
Those would be worth money.
nope.
50 years
You
from now,
know-
those would be worth a lot of money. If you had ticket stubs for the first game that got canceled during a global pandemic at a brand new Raiders stadium.
By the way, speaking of owners, how do you think those 2 owners feel? The Rams owner and they built those 2 fucking $2 billion, $5 billion princess palaces, and they
5.5, almost $6 billion.
and they can't put a
$2 billion
human being in
over
it.
budget.
2 years over budget, 2 years over budget too, and it's like you can't put a human being in those fucking palaces for at least a year.
It's beautiful too.
Not in California, at least.
I can't imagine. I mean, they got to be losing so much on that. Just
It's
on that.
insane.
Well, and the cities too. Think about it. The cities bent over backwards for these stadiums. They always do. With the expected return of being heads in beds is the economic development term. And nobody's coming to town, so they're losing all that money too that they gave in tax breaks.
The city of
Concerts,
Inglewood
all
made a
kinds of
deal with them. They get 10% of the door of any non-fucking Ram games. Taylor Swift does a concert there, makes $10 million. City
That
of
was his
Inglewood gets
first
$1
event.
million.
First event was supposed to be a
That
Taylor
was what
Swift
it's supposed
concert
to
that
be,
got
yeah.
canceled.
So like they're losing out because they put money into that stadium too.
And it's not. I mean, these are depreciating assets too. These NFL stadiums. I mean, the Panthers had built their stadium in '96. It's now one of the oldest stadiums in the NFL. Which is, I mean, think about that. It's crazy. The Panthers have
That
one of
is
the oldest
crazy,
stadiums in
dude.
the NFL now.
Dude, they should
What
just
are all
let
these
people
games?
live in it for a year, like shit in it, like homeless people. Just let them live in it. Really get it, like when you muff up a baseball, a brand new baseball,
dude,
you get
I
like the
love
dirt
that.
on it.
I love that
Yeah.
idea, dude.
Why
How
not?
many stadiums are older than Panther Stadium? There's got to be a lot.
No, there are not many though. Like as far as I mean,
Lambeau's older,
well, but
Chicago
I'm not. I'm
Field.
like Chicago did that where they put the spaceship in the middle of it. I'm kind of saying, hold on, I'll get you the list.
What
I mean,
spaceship?
renovating. It does look like a spaceship.
Well, remember, yeah, it looks like a spaceship landing
really
in the middle of
does.
Soldier
It
Field.
really does. But it's still the same stadium. They didn't
Hold
like
on,
build a new stadium across the street like New York did. It's still Soldier Field. They just added fucking 5,000
For football
feet.
fields older than, well, the Bengals where they play, right? That thing's a shithole.
Three Rivers? Are they still at Three Rivers?
Well, here's the thing. Whenever you get a new stadium, just know your team's about to be really good. Every time. Every time.
Panther Stadium is in the top 10. I'm seeing here. Hold on. Oldest.
Of oldest?
Yeah.
How about of gayest?
What are the 9 that are older? And don't include Oakland. 'cause they're
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Probably
Let's
right
see.
there.
Hold on.
I mean, dude, when is that team moving?
By next year, Charlotte's NFL stadium will be the second oldest in the 32-team league, according to CSL, a stadium and arena consultant.
That's surprising.
By the way, you still want to put a fucking team in London? How would you play?
Never wanted that.
I know, but I mean, how would you have a game? How would you have a
shit.
team like play like they're not even letting Americans into Europe? Like, how would you ever do that? We can't even get Canadians.
You can't come to our place. It's like,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself. You're gross.
The Canadians won't let us in. That's why they're doing the hockey tournament up there.
They've just been waiting for an opportunity to deny us entry, too, by the way. Canadians, they're just.
I hope we don't find oil there because we'll invade.
Mexico's building a wall to keep us out.
I'll keep them out. Boom.
Yeah, so baseball, I'm worried. Dude,
I think everybody in baseball wants out, except for maybe the players because they want to get their money. But at the end of the day, dude, it's like
some of the players want out. Yolanda Cespedes just fucking packed up and didn't even tell the Mets.
They were playing the Braves Sunday, and the whole
he didn't
broadcast.
even show up.
The whole broadcast, the commentators were like, "Boy, we really hope he's okay. Nobody knows where he is. They couldn't find him."
Then okay.
Then he calls him later. And he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm not playing anymore because of COVID."
Yeah, I'm opting out.
He didn't tell anybody.
Still getting paid though.
But you know what's funny? It's like, why?
Johnny?
I'd love to hear the reasoning why. It's like, all right, I understand it's probably COVID or whatever, but it's like, did he just hear about this, or did he think like, oh no, baseball players don't get it? Like, wait a minute, what's the Marlins got it? Like, I used to play for the Marlins. That means then I'm gonna quit, just leave in the night. It sounds very weird to me. Like
Cespedes will get $600,000 for the 9 games he appeared this season. That's it.
Oh my God, he's like, dude, I'll just go back to whatever third world country I'm from. That's
what
like
would he make if he played the whole season? I wonder.
Well, 10 times that since he played 6, right? So.
Oh, I mean, that's a prorated, like.
Yeah. They're getting prorated.
$6 million?
Yeah. Well, what did I just say? Yeah, I'm sorry. 9. Yeah, 9. Sorry. So yeah, times 10. So yeah, about 600. Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that. Yeah. So this, what would you say? Like over or under? We get 15 more games out of baseball.
Well, you know what? The thing about this is like, I'm okay with us not playing now that we signed Mookie to a contract because I was worried if
you guys could have been really fucked.
I think
over 15.
I think.
Steve, what do you think?
I think,
but not by much. That's a good.
No, it's 2 weeks. I think. I'm trying to think. It's 2 teams now. I think 3 more teams and the whole thing topples. So I'm gonna say 15 days is probably right around the right time. I'll take the over, but not by much. I don't think.
I agree with Steve.
15 to 21 days.
I think about 2 weeks is right when they're going to start talking about pulling the plug. And I agree with Steve. Like 2 weeks and then around 3 weeks, I think we might be done.
You need 2 or 3 more teams to get like mass. And then it's like, well, now you have
matchups. You can't do double headers. You can't.
Do you think they're just going around spitting in each other's mouths?
No, they're out at night getting, wings and whatever else, and they're getting and they come back, they hang out, and they give it to each other because they only wear masks when the cameras are on.
It takes one beloved clubhouse guy, like a security guard or something, to get this shit and die, and then the whole thing's over. Because then the New York Times comes in and just writes their thing about how
Don the Wood Johnson is going to – he's 96 years old club attendant for the Chicago Cubs is going to fucking drop dead of COVID because the Phillies were in town. You know, the Phillies last night, they didn't play the game. They played the Yankees last night. They didn't play the game in like a week. So it's just a numbers thing of how many teams you don't have to have enough teams to play each other.
Just tested positive, so now more Cardinals are going down.
And then at what point does it become not baseball? You got these 7-inning double headers they're doing. They're going to have like there's so many double headers
tomorrow. Yeah, two 7-inning games. It's look. But by the way, can I just say if it is 15 games or 15 days, the Yankees will go 14-1. That I know. They'll have a 900 winning percentage, and then they'll pull the plug on this season.
Gross.
Never again will we see this team assembled the way it is. This team could have won a fucking 1,000 games this year.
Well, that's what's going to be interesting is that all of these, like I want to say makeshift, but all these teams from football to baseball to NBA are making all these moves and doing all these like semi-transactions. And then next year, whatever happens next year, it's just going to be a reboot of everything. You know, a lot of these
sucks,
teams that
dude.
sign 1-year deals with guys to play, and then they never actually play for that team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the thing is this: there's no action like the pro athletes aren't going to be affected by this thing. It just takes one of them to go with somebody, they get it, and then they go hang out with grandma, and grandma dies, and then we never hear the end of this shit.
No, it's what I was just saying about the clubhouse. Yeah, it's just going to be some old person that's beloved by.
I still think they should bring in professional hookers, but what do I know? What do I know?
Here's a team I know won't get COVID, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because I believe Tom Brady did the smartest thing anyone could do, get it in March, give it to his teammates, right? Sign with the team, practice with him, give it all to them, right? And then they're all antibodied up. They're not going to get it. It's not going to be week 7, and they're going to lose their – I bet you to sign LaShawn McCoy, they probably were like, do you have antibodies? Great, you can play for this team. If not, get the fuck out. Sorry, you're a weak.
You have to have the antibodies.
You have to have had COVID to play for the fucking Tampa
That's like
Bay
there was a time where like gay guys were trying to get AIDS. You remember that? They're like, I need AIDS.
What? No.
They have a name for that. They call them bug chasers. Is what they call them.
They're like, I gotta get AIDS. Like, you got AIDS? He's like, no, then you can't hang out with us. What?
Really?
How about AIDS? And they're like, no, you can't get AIDS. Knock on wood. I want the universe to think I want to get AIDS.
Oh my God.
You know, it doesn't exist. Anyways, the point is, dude, it's just like it's getting crazy out there.
Yeah. I'm going to get another beer. Can you guys wait? Well, you talk about something and I'll be right back. Give me 15 seconds.
What's the over and under him not coming back?
Jason, so you think football is fucked, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Even if they did a bubble, I mean, they're like
How
in each other's faces.
How are you going to do a bubble with 90 people on each team?
Yeah. Well, you can't do training camp. You can't do training camp. No training camp.
53-man roster. So you got no training camp, so everyone's out of shape. How are people going to be lifting weights together in the same way?
I actually think this is a great thing.
Against each other?
Now I'm thinking about it, guys. I think it's great. You guys start hitting these billionaires in their wallets. That's the only way this thing goes away. I'm sorry. Once the rich people start losing money, then they're going to be like, what the fuck's going on here? It's got to be the rich people. Poor people losing money left and right, close down the business, nobody cares. When billionaires start losing money,
they're feeling the pressure now. I mean, they're feeling the pressure now, I think, finally. I mean, damn, Cheesecake Factory can't make the rent. Where are we?
Yep. It's crazy. I got a couple more minutes, guys. I got to go. What else we want to talk about?
I had to get Rannazzisi in on this bet. There's a fight this weekend? I got this show Friday I'm excited for.
Dude, I'm excited that you're doing a show. It's great.
No, it's a real cool venue. I'll send you pictures of it. It looks like looks like a place that Chuck Norris would get into a fist fight in.
Oh,
like
dude.
This old fucking really cool looking hip barn. Everybody's gonna have masks on. It should be fun, man. I mean, it's just gonna be nice to be around people a little bit, even though it's only for fucking 90 minutes.
Hey, you missed it, Steve. We were talking about how the Jews were behind everything. Would you like to jump in on it?
And then we brought this up. I'm glad. Oh my God. I got a lot to say about the Jews. Wait a minute. Are we still recording?
We solved the problem with all the Jews. They just need hookers.
Can't we all?
Answer everything.
Did you guys see Jaren Jackson blow out his knee the other day for the Grizzlies?
That
awful.
sucks.
Oh,
I like that kid. I think he's going to be really good.
Me too.
That team's going to be good, too.
I'm glad it happened to him.
Oh.
Jesus,
Have you watched
Jason?
any of these? I mean, they're competitive right away. I'm always worried about injuries.
It's been fun.
Stuff.
The NBA, you mean?
It looks good. It looks good.
It does look good.
It looks
good. Whatever team starts to play the best defense the quickest will everyone's sort of playing a little street ball. I mean,
I tell you who ain't playing defense is Zion. Have you been watching him? Dude, he's like his feet are in mud.
Something's going on with that guy. I think he's mama's boy, and I think he misses his mom.
How's he gotten zero? How do you get 0 rebounds in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Dude,
Zero
I saw him get
rebounds.
2 offensive rebounds the other day, and he couldn't the lift there wasn't there. Like the explosive lift to get up and dunk wasn't there. It was weird.
And
high school looking two-handed.
I got jammed, guys. Babies need me. Steve,
Bye,
I
buddy.
love you. It's good to see you, man.
Too.
Always a pleasure, dude.
Love
Let's
you, brother.
talk
Be
soon.
well.
Bye, guys. Love you guys.
Bye, dude. Bye. And the whole format of the restart was so that we could get Zion into maybe the playoffs. And now
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure they had him in there.
They're
and they wanted to
pushing
make
him
sure hopefully they
way
play the
too
Lakers.
hard. They're pushing him way too hard. For somebody that hasn't shown us anything but high school dunk reels, I mean,
you see him walk back to his where his chair is. It's like, I mean, I know they try to change his walk, or they were working on his walk, but whatever they got to is not great. I don't think.
He's too young. He's too young to be that fat.
And I want him to be like what you hear that he can be. It just doesn't feel that way. And when I watch it, it's like I'm always watching it like, oh God, don't come down. Like I don't want to be watching the day he blows his knee out or something pops.
And he just can't play defense. He cannot play defense. He's
that comes though, you know.
I don't know. Does it?
I
like boxing out and rebounding and being explosive underneath, but like him being able to like play to perimeter and pick and roll and stuff. Like the pick and roll he faced at Duke versus fucking NC State.
What position does he play though, Steve?
Well, look, I mean, he's size-wise, he's probably 3 or 4, but, you know, is he like, does he have the body to, like, bang around there at a 4?
No, and he doesn't. And can he guard the perimeter for the threes in the NBA? No.
But I thought the same thing about homeboy in fucking Golden State, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's undersized for what normal is a 4, you know?
He's a lot slimmer,
he wants to play like that fucking parking lot street ball where he's just standing at the top of the 3 and then give me the ball and I'm going to take it to the hole, or I'm just going to shoot if no one's on me. And if I make it, I'll just run backwards to fucking not play defense. And if I miss it, hopefully it bounces right back to me. Otherwise, you know.
Unfortunately, in the NBA in the playoffs, you've got to you either one of two things. You've got to either, if you're a player of his caliber, you either have to guard one of the unstoppable people on the other team, or someone on the other team is going to guard you that's pretty good at guarding people. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to put someone on you to shut you down. So he cannot guard, you know, he couldn't go out and guard. I mean, forget fucking James Harden.
No.
But he couldn't guard.
Oh, no.
I mean, he couldn't guard Paul George. He couldn't guard Paul George.
Yeah. No,
he couldn't guard. No, he couldn't guard.
They would love that. Paul George would love that. He couldn't even guard
that fucking, you know, the Nuggets. Any of the Nuggets guys, or you know, like they're, you know, it's
Carmelo.
not.
I mean, fucking.
Yeah. So
you know, and also there are going to be a lot of people, and it's crazy to say this, but he's been so hyped. There are going to be a lot of people disappointed if he's Draymond Green. You know, like you were saying. Because he's just been hyped as like the next, you know, best player in the NBA, top 3 player, all pro.
If he's good and they build a team around him and they're smart, which they've never been in their entire existence, you know, and they, because of the ownership, really, it's like, then they can. I don't think he's the piece that you're like, I've got LeBron, and now all I need is a couple other pieces. Like he's
the guy.
Yeah, he's between Draymond Green and Steph Curry. It's like he
can't shoot. He cannot shoot. The guy can't shoot.
No, not yet. But like, look again. He's played 25 games. It's like,
I know
that.
This
is his
the
first year. LeBron, you know, could play defense because he was athletic, way more athletic.
I'm not sold on him in any way, shape, or form.
Were you doing your Sam impression now?
No, but I'm really not sold on him.
Wait, are you? I thought you were talking about LeBron. I thought you were doing a bit.
Oh no, LeBron, I'm fine with.
Oh, okay.
Look, Ja Morant. When you see a guy like that, it's like he looks like he fits right in right away because he plays point guard at a normal size of other point guards. Playing in an offense, he probably, you know, it's like, and defensively, it's a little, you know, he's guarding the guy. You know, he's got Russell Westbrook and some tough, you know, gets in the West, but it's like, it's not like he has the expectations also of, you know, it's like the savior of the city.
How quick is he, by the way? Morant. That he's so quick, dude. I can't wait though. I'm more excited to watch him play
I wish
and
he
develop.
was going to go to the Knicks. I was like, oh, at least maybe we'll get Ja Morant, but then I was like, fuck. But maybe we'll get that Bell, the ball kid.
Yeah,
he's a point guard. He's 6'8", dude.
Dad, though, it's like getting.
No, the dad's dead, dude. I think the dad has already been like Joe Jackson by the 2 kids already.
I think you're right.
He's been exiled. Like they realized, like
he was killing their careers. He was killing their careers.
Absolutely killed. Look, he didn't run homeboy out of the Lakers, but he made it a lot easier to do by being annoying.
He didn't help. He did not help.
You know, he didn't look his son. Like again, I was kidding around about my son before, but it's like when you hype your kid up that much, there's never like I never heard of Jordan's dad until after I heard of Michael Jordan, You didn't see his dad out there going, my son's the fucking greatest thing to ever hit the basketball,
I will say this. How did that work out for James Jordan?
Well, he's dead, and Lorenzo Ball's still alive, or whatever.
As is Michael Jackson's father.
Have you guys seen, speaking of the draft, have you seen that Israeli guy? That's the guy I want.
No.
There's this Israeli guy.
The Bulls are going to get. That's who they're saying the Bulls are
Yeah, he's Avdia or something like that. Denny Avdia. Just Avdija. He's great, dude. He's so
Isn't that the name of a hurricane?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He's okay, so football's fucked. We're pretty sure baseball's fucked. College football, they're plowing ahead with college football. I don't know how.
Well, because two things. Number one, these schools will close down if they don't. Some of them will truly not have scholarship or money to play with next year.
I'm going to pee real quick. Keep going.
It's almost a moral obligation for them to play.
They feel like they can get it in. They feel like if they just play, almost like they're going to create their own bubbles in their own conferences and just sort of do it, like incest style within themselves. There will be no there'll be no national champion. It's going to be, we'll probably just have to debate as to which team looked the best in whatever they play. I'm 100% sure, and I was kidding around about Tom Brady before, but I'm 100% sure those SEC schools already gave it to all their players. What they showed up, and next thing you know, 45 football players got it. It's like, well, you don't think like they knew before, like that the 45th guy came up positive. It's like maybe after 10, they were like, hey, you know what? Just keep these guys together. They're going to get it. So
do you really think there's not going to be the playoff this year, though? Like if they finish the whole season, you don't think they'll have a playoff?
No, because here's why. I think they'll play, each conference will play within themselves, right? And then how do you say, like, this is the 1 seed, that's the 4 seed, this is the,
Well, there's still – a lot of them are still playing 9 or 10 games, which is enough for a full season. If you and among the major conferences, that's enough for you to get good enough wins to get into a playoff, I think.
And even if you did have some sort of – you're talking about having that happen in November.
Just 4 teams.
You think –
It's just 4 teams.
4 teams. Do you think that from now to November, things will get better with COVID? Or
well, no, I'm just saying if they finish the whole season.
No, I know, but I'm saying like on a parallel, like you're not going to get like no one's announced it. So unless it's announced within the next month or so that they will have some sort of, by the NCAA, have some sort of end of the year national champion crown somehow or another. In a month from now, when schools are back, numbers are going up, they don't know whether or not to do it or not. Do you think then they're going to go, well, now's the great time to announce that we're going to extend everything 2 more weeks. We're going to make schools travel. It's like, I just don't think you're going to have, I think I'll be shocked if they get through all 9 games.
Yeah, but if they do, I'm almost guaranteed they have a playoff just because they've already done it. Why not just – you got 4 more teams? They can't play 4 more teams? I'm not saying they're going to have a bowl season. Bowls are done for sure. But they're definitely going to let 4 teams play 2 games. I mean, come on.
Maybe.
How do you not?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's what the whole season's about, right? I read an interesting take that this could lead to finally the Power 5 breaking away from the NCAA, which is, to me, long overdue. I'd be okay with that. Just because of differences about the scheduling and COVID and stuff. What do you think about that?
Well, I would be fine with the NCAA going away.
Yeah, because it's
as a whole thing.
It's outlived its use, man. It's not. It's just not.
It's an antiquated model.
It's almost like. I'm not a states' rights guy, but states' rights. It's like each conference does what they do, and you compete against like, hey, you think the other conferences wanted to open up. Perfect time.
You said states' rights. A red state team.
That's right.
The South will rise again.
And so will Tebow's cock. But
please
states'
don't.
rights.
Dude, please don't. I couldn't even put that video up the other day.
We can't put it up now.
Last week, Ari, his background was just his dick on Zoom the whole time. And the screen kept moving around because we had guests coming in and out, and I couldn't put the video up.
I think it's going to be like, I'm saying like the conferences, do you think they'd be paying their players or cracking to want to play their players if the Pac-12 didn't go, all right, we're going to pay the players. So
Yeah,
By the NCAA going away, it only gets better for the players because, then then it becomes competitive. You're like, hey, I want to go play for UCLA because in the Pac-12, I can use my name and my likeness to my benefit to cash in on it. And then Ohio State goes, fuck, we got to do that now too. So we got to make our conference better. And so, and it just becomes a thing where it becomes competitive rather than having it one overlord body,
No, you're right. It's interesting. I think if any league doesn't play this year, it's going to be the Pac-12 because their players. Did you see those demands they put in this week?
Yeah. And I don't blame them because they're saying right now, they're going. The NCAA is powerless because what can they do? Other conferences have announced they're doing this. It's like so they have no say as to what happens at the whatnot. So I'm just dealing with the Pac-12. So it's like if we're just dealing, there's no sanctions going to be coming down from the NCAA. They're not going to say, like, you're going to make us play.
Yeah.
So if we can take this opportunity right now to stare at each other, knowing that it's just us versus you, well, here's our list of demands. And they don't seem unreasonable right now when you look at some of them, mostly the testing stuff. The social issues are, that's a whole different thing. But, I mean, it comes to – it's something they want to address. So, look, again, this whole thing sucks, but if it takes down the NCAA, Ticketmaster, and shit like that, then at least some good came of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I saw somebody tweeted that they're like, wow, COVID has fixed baseball and the comedy scene.
It's true, dude.
Well, if you want to, and I know Sam's not here, so I don't want to speak for him, but I think I'm doing that. That's fine. I think I'm safe in doing that for him. If you want to fix college football, prostitutes.
It's fix it. You mean add more?
Yeah, no shit.
Okay.
If we have fantasy football this year, I have acquired this year's trophy for fantasy football. It is from the Kevin Hart Irresponsible Tour. I found this on eBay. I guess he sold these on the Irresponsible Tour. Nice Kevin Hart microphone trophy for the winner of the Punch Drunk Fantasy Football League this year.
That's beautiful, dude.
You got fantasy heart. We could say it that way.
That's right. Wow. Can you imagine?
I hate to do a shameless plug. I've been doing a lot of cameos. Shout out to cameos. Well, for fantasy football, dude, people want me to make their drafts.
Of course they do.
I get it. I'm not shitting on you in any way, shape, or form.
No, I don't care. I had a whole thing. I talked to Ari about it yesterday. He's like, "You're garbage," and I was like, "Then eat me up, you shit pig," because that's so.
See, to me, dude, cameo is like the purest. That's the most direct contact you can have with people that actually like you. And I have no problem with that. It's like
if you're willing to pay. First of all, I've done this for free for years and years and years. Like
for sure, I do it all the time for free.
I know, and look, it's fun, but it's like, and you know what? If people want to do it and they have the extra, most of these, it's like it's the league punishment from the guy before has to pay for me to do the league. So I'm like, fuck it. If I can be part of this supply chain, what am I? Who am I gonna? It's a fucking pandemic out there. Some of us don't have 5K Patreons to lean on, Shafir. It's don't look down on me, for God's sakes. How
many do you do a week? Do you just like chunk out like, okay, on Thursday I'm gonna knock all of them out, or how
I did 5 today.
Do you do just a couple every day?
Well, yeah. I mean, I only had 5 in my bank, so yeah, and probably got I think I got 1 more since I've done them. So. But what I'm saying is, what I keep saying to these guys, this is my point, is that I don't know how they're doing this fantasy football, because how do you know who's going to opt out? Like, are you going to take Saquon Barkley as a number 4 now that you know Nate Solder's not going to play? Is that like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, maybe it doesn't directly affect him, but it makes me think about, if you want to get specific.
Sure.
It's like.
No, everybody's going to be doing their draft literally on the last day. You have to. Because, the way opt-outs have been for the other sports, people are dropping out up until and after the –
Are there deadlines for why you can't opt out? I mean, it's got to be impossible. They can't tell a guy like even week 1, if it's like some other team, like Cespedes did, like some other team gets a couple people.
The NFL just moved theirs up.
Yeah, I was going to give it a shot, but now I don't. Now I don't feel comfortable. It's like
the deadline, though, Steve. The deadline is for whether you can get paid. I think, like whether you can still opt out and get paid. I think that's like if you wait too late and you're like, if you can't come up and say like, hey, actually I got diabetes. So I'm not, I think it's something with their contracts. Like they can't.
I'll say this, right? The guys that probably can afford not to have to get paid are the guys you probably will draft in the first or second round, probably, right? And if the the house of cards starts to fall and you hear names that people have drafted get COVID, like I'm not even saying like if they opt out. What if fucking week 3, Patrick Mahomes gets COVID, right? God forbid, right? And now he's got to have
I hope he does.
2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it's like, okay, yeah, it's the same thing as being injured and stuff, but this is way more. I'm not even saying, like, what if he just tests positive and he doesn't have COVID, or like false positives or things like that? Like, it gets weird.
Yeah, and it's not like baseball. Even with 60 games, that's a lot of fucking games. In football, it's 16 games. If Pat Mahomes misses let's say 4 games, I mean, that's the Chiefs' season. They're sunk, possibly if they lose 4 games.
And you look at New England's defense; half their defense is gone.
Yeah,
and they haven't even started.
What do you guys think about the Pats? What do you think that they have another sort of era of success after Brady, or is this kind of winding down there?
I don't think they're not garbage, but I think they're 9-6. They're fighting for that 9-6, 10-7. Maybe they'll be around that. Like, it all depends on how Belichick can who he chooses. If he can get Cam Newton to
I think they're a 9-7 team. I think we're going to start to see this, what they've been leaning on, which is we got Brady, we got a good defense. We'll have all these role players come play receiver. We got 5 running backs. We got 5 receivers. Someone will step up. I think they're going to start to need to go to marquee players in their big positions. I think they're going to need a number 1 wide receiver. I think they're going to need a go-to running back to help out Cam from getting killed. And I think that's a transition period that's going to take 2 or 3 years.
They just released the photo of him in a Pat's jersey yesterday. And, as a Panthers fan, it's just like, it's like seeing Joe Montana in those Chiefs colors. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So depressing. It was like when Steve Smith went to the Ravens. Like, fuck.
They don't have a good legacy of like saying goodbye to their guys.
Oh, the Panthers, though, they're worse with that shit, man.
By the way, I think it's not that different between. I think Tom Brady and the Bucs go like maybe 10-6.
I agree.
At best, they're not going to run away with anything. They're not going 11-5. I don't think they're like. I think the Patriots are a game or 2 behind them.
I think that's.
You got to remember who opted out on them. You got Devin McCourty's not going to be there.
That's what I'm saying. I was saying that their whole defense is gone.
I know, but if anyone you trust to have the next man up and have him coached into the place where you were like, you want him to be, it's Belichick's going to get you there.
Yeah, for sure.
Or he's going to make sure one of his guys. What are you checking out? Did this turn into OnlyFans or something? While I fucking.
Dude, you know who's doing fucking cameos?
I might do some cock pics soon. I got a nice cock, and I might I'll do it. I'll do it, dude.
Let's see that fucking donor,
Please don't.
Bro.
What do you think that should be? Highest level on my Patreon, or should I create an OnlyFans page for that?
I think you should do it for free for Punch Drunk right now.
No, I'm not. I don't want to, dude. This is not crack. I'm not giving away the first file.
I think you got to put it on Patreon so that all the people that are already there can kind of get that opportunity.
Show us the first 2/3. Make me thirsty for that last third.
Yeah, it's like, remember in Major League where they would strip, Major League 2, where they'd strip the owner,
Yeah.
That's like.
And already in my head, I'm like, do I start with, I just want to start this way, or do I start coming in the top shaft in this way, or do I come up this way?
You started the base. You started the base.
I got to start base because I don't want to give away all shaft.
Steve, you know who's doing, I was listening to Eleanor was on Danish and O'Neill's podcast.
Uh-huh.
And they were talking about Dice is doing the cameos.
Oh, is he really? Oh, my God.
I love it. I don't want to do anything else but this. This is beautiful.
That's perfect for him, really. I mean, that's
like really
$500 a pop. He's doing like 15 a day.
What?
And it's just him calling,
hey, happy birthday, dumb fuck, you stupid dick. Happy birthday.
How much is he charging?
And that's it. And it's $500.
$500?
I think $500 a pop.
He may never leave the house.
That's Eleanor.
He may never leave the house again, dude. I charge $125, by the way. Very reasonable.
500. Holy shit.
$125 for Steve Rannazzisi. Just think about that. For one dice, you can get almost 3.5 Steve Rannazzisi.
Hey, Jason, what's this bet, dude?
Okay, Steve, let's get into this bet. Well, we've been texting throughout the week, and you know I've been getting my golf prowess. I've been getting into golfing a lot.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
son.
I'm playing a lot, and goal being I want to get my handicap down into the 20s. I want to be playing low 90s by September.
September.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, my jump in handicap, I think I'm gonna make this big jump, and then I'm not gonna make a move for a very long time.
What's the best you've ever been, Jayson? Handicap.
What's the best 18 holes playing everything the way you told me on the text message, the way you've been playing by the rules?
Yeah.
No mulligans, no like
I got it.
You know, foot fucking wedges, nothing like that. Out of bounds is out of bounds.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
What's the best score you've posted in 18 holes?
101.
Okay. That's
101.
I mean, yeah, you're like a 28 handicap right now.
Right now it says I'm a 31.
31, yeah. But if you were a 101 consistent, you'd probably be around a 28.
Which is a fun round of golf, though. That's not miserable. You can have fun.
No, that's like the kind of guys I play with here on Long Island.
108's the worst I've played.
Yeah, you're in that world. That's
great. The worst?
Yeah, 108.
So your range is 101. That's okay. That's really good. Wow.
I have 3 105s in a row.
That you're steady then. That's really.
And what I'm doing is I'm playing a course.
When I was around there, I'd blow up for like if I really kept score, like really, I'd be like 140. You know,
I'm playing a course on Tuesday. I see a golf pro in between. Then I go alone and play the same course on Thursday. And then the next Tuesday, I play a totally different course. I'm playing different courses every week, but I'm playing them twice. Them twice.
Good.
And then a golf pro in between. It's like seeing a therapist between your first and second date.
When you see the golf pro, are you working on like just driving and irons and stuff? Do you ever work short game? Do you ever putt?
It's all over the place. It's all over the place. Like first time I saw him, it was like grip and stance and all that kind of bullshit. The little minutia. And then, so now after I play, I'm like, my irons are falling apart or I couldn't chip for shit. Next time I'm going, I'm doing, I'm working on bunkers and putting because I shot a 104 the other day and it was the best I played.
Well, see, here's the deal. It's like if you don't work on bunkers, right, and you're working on driving the ball. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, look at me, I'm driving the ball, I'm in the fairway, and then your second shots are a little off. And most greens will have a green side bunker on the left or the right, and if you go into it and you have no idea how to get out of it, forget like getting it on the green. You could be in there 3 or 4 shots, and those shots then aired up. And instead of having a decent hole where you hit a good drive and a decent second shot, you now have a 7 or an 8 because you took you 3 shots to get out of the bunker.
One of the most satisfying shots in golf, though, is that shot out of the bunker that works, where you just take
clean
like a full 3 inches of sand with you behind the ball and just it's beauty. It's like almost like driving the ball pure in it.
I played Bethpage Black 3 times since I've been home, once a month.
That's fun. That's tough. Huh?
It's like getting beat up by Mike Tyson. It's
tough,
not.
man.
I would much rather play Bethpage Black, but physically, you have to walk it. It's 7,000 yards, and every tee box is up here, and then you go down, and then every green is way up. So you can never get it. Very rarely do you get on the green in 2. So you're always a little short of the green when you get there, hopefully in 2. So you have to walk all the way up to the top to see what it looks like, and then walk back down to your ball, hit your shot out of breath, walk back up. Now you're on the green, and you're like lining up your putt like.
I'm sure there's not a lot of golf rage too with people trying to play through and shit. Like hurry.
Well, no. Here's the deal. Also, you never wait, and I'm talking about you're never waiting for a shot, and it's a 5-hour, 15-minute round.
How's that?
Because the course is so long, dude. It is so long. Now nobody plays it unless you're like Jayson wouldn't play it, but like
it's pretty tight too, right? I mean, I know you can't lose your ball.
It's tight.
It's tight. Right?
It's very tight. The fairway's tight, and then the rough is just it's at least a stroke penalty. So
what are the green fees on that?
If you live and you're here, you're resident, it's $60. If you're out of town, it's $135. So
$60 is solid for such a famous course. That's great.
Getting a tee time is nearly impossible.
My friend Grant worked at Pinehurst when I was in high school and college, and he used to get us on there $20. We play all those Pinehurst courses. It was the best. It's the best.
So yeah, I
Who's
didn't mean
the
to
most
cut you off, Jason. So is there a bet that comes
you
along
talking-
with your?
there's a bet.
the bet.
Yeah, there's a bet that's going to be coming. Who's the most famous person you've golfed with?
Court McCowan, does he count?
Not the best, most
okay.
famous.
Well, I was going to say most famous.
He's pretty
No.
famous though.
The most famous, Lawrence Taylor, probably the most famous person I've ever golfed with. Yeah.
Wow.
Tar Heel, UNC. Go Heels.
Speaking of prostitutes,
Yeah. Back to prostitutes and cocaine.
always. Even without Tripoli, his goes haunts us. So I'm in the hunt for a favorite pro golfer. A lot of pro golf is on. Pro golf has been fun for me to watch now that I've really got a good grasp of the game and the difficulties and the precision that these guys are playing with. And we got this big, the PGA Championship is this week, right?
Yeah, the Harding Club in San Francisco.
Yep. And so final round will be Sunday on that. Now, do you have a favorite? Who's your favorite? I mean, obviously you can't say Tiger. That's like saying Jordan or whatever.
Who do I think's going to win this week?
That's not what I'm getting at yet.
Okay.
Because I want to get to the bet. That's what we're going to do. Now,
All
there's two ways we can do this. But anyways, I'm in the hunt for a favorite golfer.
Okay.
And I figured this tournament would be a good intro for me to try to find a guy. So I was going to pick maybe 3 or 4 guys and kind of root for them. But I was like, you know what would help me find a favorite golfer if there were some sweet, sweet steaks involved.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about the kind of steaks you throw on a grill. So I was like, who could we get involved in this? Who loves doing bag of bets? Nobody other than my good man, Steve Rannazzisi. So here's what we have. Johnny has found these. Well, I don't know if you saw Gabe Killian was on the episode a couple weeks ago, and he had these gumballs that
Oh,
were
let me see if hold on. I might have them here.
1 million on the Scoville level.
What is the Scoville?
Scoville is on the hot spiciness, on like the hot wings and all that kind of shit.
Pepper rating.
Like that. I hate that stuff.
I know, I hate it too.
Perfect.
He ate the gumball, and it was the funniest shit on Punch Drunk in a hot, long minute. He just ate it on Zoom, and he was in deep shit. So then Johnny goes and finds these jelly beans, which are much smaller than a gumball. The Fiery 5.
Trying to fucking get this thing done.
Now, some of those are just regular hot tamale jelly beans.
Okay.
Yeah, sriracha. You got sriracha, jalapeno, cayenne, habanero, and then Carolina Reaper. And they
Those
have
aren't jelly bean flavors. Those are terrible.
they
Yeah,
have
that's jelly
jelly
beans.
they have the actual peppers pureed in the jelly beans. So it's real. It's not like fake. It's
So
like real
here's-
shit.
So, you know, you could take a handful. You could take 3 or 4. I propose 3. Now, you could get 3 easy ones, but there could be
Okay.
Carolina Reapers in there too.
Okay. Can
Loser
I ask
has
you a
to-
question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now, I assume this is if I lose this bet, whatever it's going to be, that I would
No,
have
this
to
is
eat
before the bet. We're just going to eat these before we even
Oh,
do
okay. Okay, all right.
No, this
So-
is a bet. And
all right.
everything's on the table. We can negotiate this.
Okay, here's my negotiation. What if,
Okay.
in lieu of me eating these,
No.
wait,
No.
wait,
Wait, the bet is not
for it.
eating. The bet is putting in your ass, right? Is that? I'm sorry. Maybe I misunderstood.
Oh.
Is that?
In
I
lieu
bet.
of me eating these, okay?
Okay, all right.
What if I took the bag and I presented it to my 2 boys, like, I got you guys snacks here, have some, and
That's
I
awful.
videotaped both of them eating it and both of their reactions.
That's so.
2 Rannazzis for the price of 1, and I am willing to sell out both of those fucks for our general benefit.
That's pretty sweet.
That is pretty good.
I didn't see it coming, and I do like the smell of your breath right now.
What would they?
Now,
What would
first
they
of all,
think of their
is this
dad?
child abuse?
Oh, who cares? First of all, it's hilarious.
I don't care at all. I'm looking
They-
out for you.
They're the ones that want to start these try not to laugh reaction channels on YouTube. So I'm just trying to jumpstart their whole thing here. Here's our first video. Here's the intro video. Trying to
Now,
laugh
if
at
you
my 2
say-
idiots eating habanero jelly beans.
Dude, I promise
If
you,
you
they're
say- if you
bad
say,
too.
These are really, really hot. I want to see if you guys can eat them. And they would fall for it. They're boys. They're young boys.
Oh,
They'll totally
They're
fall for that.
garbage monsters. They just
That's
eat
the kind of thing
candy
they would
all
love.
day long. Yeah, that's what they love. I
Okay.
give to my wife too. She loves them. I'll throw her in there as well.
Ooh, now if you're throwing Trace in the mix, are you willing to throw your whole family under the bus for this so you don't have to do it?
Yes,
Is that what-
100%.
I'm writing down Rannazzisi family maybe.
Like, dude, these things are. I can't tell you how hot they are. Like, I bit into one and just touched it to my tongue the other day, and I spent 20 minutes under the sink.
Can I ask you if they smell? Like, will they smell? I just as long as they don't
just
smell.
very slight smell. And I busted this one, and it's got.
Johnny, take one right now.
I can't, dude. I can't. It would make me sick. I'd vomit. I can touch it in my tongue, and you'll see that I won't.
Say that shit to Steve. We're trying to get this guy on the hook. Okay.
All right, what's the bet though? What do we have to do?
Almost a la right now, pretty quick, short and simple. You and I each pick 4 golfers.
Okay.
If any of my golfers win this championship Sunday, final round, you or your family gets peppered down with the jelly beans. Or if any one of your 4 golfers win, I do. If none of our 8 golfers win, we both do.
Okay, timeout. Wait, we both do?
I think you need more than. I think you got to go like 6 or something, right?
If we go 5 each, we each get 5 golfers. If none of our 10 golfers win, we both go down.
I'm just worried about myself. I got to pick the winner out of 5 or have 6 golfers because I know you're an idiot. So I mean, you'll just. So I don't really. I mean, do you want to do like a draft, or I just get to pick 6 and you pick 6? What if we cross over?
No, we won't cross over.
You got to do a draft then, right?
Right now, you would name yours. I would name mine. You would name yours. We'll write them down so we have them all listed.
Okay. I'll do it.
Okay, so now wait. What's at stake here? How many jelly beans are we eating?
Look, here's the deal. If I win,
and are you really throwing your family under the bus on this? Because I have one more thing to propose.
Okay.
And you might be interested in this. And I thought of this because my good friend Johnny was talking all kinds of crazy garbage yesterday and was like, you guys should eat 5 beans because you never know what jelly bean you're going to get. And I was thinking that's easy for Johnny to say because he's not on the hook. What if we do what's the odds versus Punch Drunk and everybody on the show's on the hook?
That's fine.
But he's not even on the hook. He's going to poison his family.
I don't even have to ask my boys. They're in. Brendan,
yeah, you don't have to, and you're not going to ask them. You're just going to poison your kids with spice.
No, he's talking about – are you talking about your sons?
I'm talking about Brenton and Lucas Hurl. Those boys will do it for sure. My sons, I'll have to poison. I won't tell them. But those guys would be down 100%. And you know what? They don't even have an option.
But we can't. I wish I could say the same for our boys, but
I'm Kim Jong-uning it. They will 100% do it. By the way, Lucas probably eats those for breakfast.
Sam won't even pay off bets that he's already done, let alone bets that he's not even compliant with.
I'm not worried about losing, though. I'm really not. If you give me 4 or 5, 4 is gonna be tough, but 5, 6 golfers, I'll pick.
I'll give you. I got the odds for the PGA Championship too, if you want.
We don't need it.
Well, I mean, you're just gonna randomly pick out of golfers, Jason. Do you know the odds that well?
I mean, I've been paying pretty close attention to golf, and I've been reading articles. I mean, I know.
I'll let you go. Do you want to mention a name first, just to kick us off, so that you can I'll tell you if I was even going to pick that guy.
You're giving me the first pick overall?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll take Justin Thomas.
You know why? I'm going to tell you this. That's a great pick.
That is, yeah.
Absolutely great pick, and I'll tell you why. He's won a PGA Championship before. He's the #1 player in the world, and he won last week. Here's why. If I was going to pick him, I wouldn't pick him as my first choice because he won last week. There's a lot of commitments that come with winning last week, and he was in Memphis, and now he's got to go to San Francisco. He was the last guy to get to San Francisco. Anyone that missed the cut or got done early on Sunday was playing golf early on Monday. He got there early Monday and had to sleep in. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be the thing, but I'm just saying if you have to pick a horse, I wouldn't pick the horse that might be the most tired. But
he's the co-favorite, by the way, Jason. You just picked the co-favorite.
By the way, in my top 6 for sure. So I'm glad you didn't come up with a name that I was like, oh, we're fucked. We're both gonna have. Because I say if we both miss for some reason, we should only have to eat 1.
Okay, here's the deal.
Okay, how about this? If you only have to eat 1, but it's the Carolina Reaper, the hot one.
Whatever the worst one is.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what I propose. Here's the bet, and then we'll first picks off the table.
And you have to chew it. We got to chew it because if you just swallow it straight down, that's not.
Yeah,
you got to chew it for like 10 seconds or something. How about that? 10 seconds.
Here's the deal. We each pick 5 golfers, no overlap, just like a draft. Justin Thomas off the board.
Okay.
If you win, I got to eat what are we saying? 2, 3?
2.
Let's say 2.
Okay.
Okay. If I win, your whole family goes down.
Wait a minute. What?
Well, you're saying you don't want to do it, but your whole family will do it. I'll accept those terms. If I win.
All right. Or I do it.
Or you do it.
Okay.
And if we both lose, we both have to eat one. No family involved.
Absolutely.
I think it should be 2, just in case one's a dud. You have to eat 2. Same time, but it's not going to be much different.
And swallow.
Yeah, you're not spitting. I mean, come on.
I'm in. Let's go.
Chew for 10 seconds, 1 for each side of the mouth, and then swallow.
Rory McIlroy. Throw him up on the board.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay, going not a favorite. Not one of the favorites. Not one of the co-favorites, I mean.
He was my second pick.
I know who this co-favorite is, and I'll tell you the reason why if you pick him that I wouldn't have picked him either.
Okay. Who's to say it was a him? So
that's true. Them. They have not been chosen yet, so I'll tell you why they were a poor choice. Go ahead.
Shit.
Did you not think we were going to go more than one round? Did you only have one round prepared?
I only had one player prepared. So this really throws a real monkey wrench. I'm going Koepka.
Okay, that's probably co-favorite. He's the two-time PGA champion. The reason why he came in second place last week, right? But he's got an injured knee, and I don't think that knee is right. So I think that knee needs more help than he's letting on. But absolutely another great choice. I think we're covered on the back end. I'm going to go Webb Simpson.
Going deep now.
That's my choice. Yes, Webb Simpson.
You writing this down, Jason?
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Thanks, brother.
I am going to go. Let's see. Hang on. I'm looking at this. I'm going to go John Rahm.
Good choice. Bryson DeChambeau.
Going with the big guy. Now, here's what I think about him. I had him on my list, and here's why I took him off.
He's 11-1, by the way. The favorites are 10-1. DeChambeau's 11-1.
I don't know if this course could play to his style, correct?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's very narrow, so
it's not as strategic golf as.
Yeah, the rough is a penalty for sure, but the fairways are so narrow that sometimes even if you hit 3-wood to go a little shorter to get it in the middle, you're still going to not get it in the middle and be in the rough. So you might as well be in the rough, 100 yards further down. So sometimes these bombers, they don't necessarily need to get it in the middle, but as long as they're 100 yards from the green, even though they're in the rough, they can get it on and have a shot for birdie. So that's why I picked DeChambeau, and plus he's a good putter too.
Yeah, he just seems kind of wild, huh?
He can be wild, but he actually is, for as long as he hits it, pretty fucking straight.
Nice.
Thanks.
I'm going Ricky Fowler next pick.
Interesting. He had a good week last weekend.
40-1.
Fell apart. He fell apart, but he was playing good for a while.
Fell apart on Sunday, yeah. Fell apart on Sunday, but now, see, I have a fantasy league. I'm thinking about those players, but those have limitations.
How is fantasy golf, by the way? Is it fun?
So yeah, it is fun, dude. So for the majors, you do it. You got to pick a player 1 through 10 in the world, 10 through 20, one player 21 through 30, 31 through 40, 41 plus, and then a wild card. The wild card has to stay in. Your lowest player gets dropped, and anyone that doesn't make it to the weekend gets cut. You get 80s for them. So works like that, and it's fun. But obviously, it's different because you have to look at the different players in the different brackets. We're just going to see who thinks is going to win.
Wait, what do you mean? They just fill out each round as an 80 for the guys that get cut?
So if you have, like, 2 players that don't make the cut, or your wild card doesn't make the cut, he gets an 80 and an 80 for Saturday and Sunday.
80s.
So they'd be plus whatever. I think it's plus 9, which pretty much knocks you out of it. But I'm in 10th overall, I think, out of 30 players so far this year.
See, that's what's fun about that is you can get a shitload of more players in there.
Yeah, and then plus this week you get your money back if you win for a major. So it's my turn, correct?
Yes.
You have 2 more players to choose.
I know, and it's tough because I'm going to take Xander Schauffele.
22-1.
Anybody that starts their name with an X.
Yep.
Pretty
He's a
solid.
California kid.
Is he?
Southern California, but I'm sure these California kids played all these courses growing up the coast. So
That's good logic. Yeah, good job, Steve. Nice going.
Are we doing 5 or 6? I'm going to go Dustin Johnson.
Okay,
You know
20-1. 20-1.
he's played well there before. There was the match play in 2015. He did well. I'm just hoping he's healthy.
I say we do 6, Steve. I got 1 more. You got 2 more. You good with 6?
Yeah, that's good because I really need 2 more. We'll cover that. Patrick Cantley, another Southern California kid.
24-1.
He's made every cut this year, so. Can we do a side bet too? Lowest to par out of all of our drafts.
Jason, take Davis Love the third. Davis Love the third.
Is Jack Nicklaus still there?
He's in it, dude. I mean, he's fighting for that last major.
I mean, for
Sergio, good Sergio.
I like Morikawa, but I'm going to go Tiger Woods.
That's, you know what? You never know, dude.
22-1.
Just for fun, just to watch the whole thing and get into some fun.
I'm gonna take Morikawa.
God,
because he's a Northern California boy.
Hi,
so I know
DT.
he's played this place before. Can we also do a side bet, lowest to par out of all of our scores? So like, you know what I'm saying? Like
nobody took McIlroy, huh? He's paired with Thomas.
I did.
Right?
That was my first pick, you motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Did you take McIlroy?
Yes, the first pick. He picked
you got McIlroy.
Justin Thomas, and I picked McIlroy. Then he picked Koepka.
Yep. And then he got Webb Simpson.
And I got Webb Simpson, and he did Rahm, and I did DeChambeau.
Okay, I missed that. I was checked out. I put that peppered in my tongue, and it's so distracting that I can't pay. I can't focus.
Great.
Okay, so that's the 6. That's our field. So now, what's our side bet? I like side bets. What are we talking about?
I'm sorry. Your last, Matsuyama was yours, right, Steve?
Colin Morikawa.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do side bet? You got to get a partner from the podcast, and I got to get a partner from the podcast, and they will have to eat on top of another. So lowest to par, right? They're the other person. If I won, and you'd have to either get Johnny, Sam, someone to eat another one, and I can get someone from my podcast to eat one.
Okay, so then that bet is lowest to par. So what do you mean by that?
So like out of all your players, right? So say Tiger Woods is -6, so and so, John Rahm's -1. You add all those up, right? And then you add all my players up, and whoever has, the best out of what you would get, like -16 and
what do you do if somebody doesn't make the cut? You just do that 80 thing.
If somebody makes the cut, we'll do
doesn't
the 80
make
thing.
the cut. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do the 80 thing. But if none of those players, out of
it
those
could happen.
players,
If somebody withdraws an injury or something, you need to come up with it.
For sure.
Okay.
Now, I will say, if any players test positive for COVID, you can immediately substitute someone else in.
What about an injury?
I'll agree to that.
What about one of these knees flares up or whatever?
You may need that with Brooks Koepka, dude. I'm just telling you. We'll say yes. I'll let you.
Would you let him take? Okay, that's interesting.
All right.
Well,
will you let me take the rest of the field also?
No, not the rest of the field.
Could you let him name? Could you guys both name one alternate that you can put
Absolutely.
in if they get hurt, and that way?
I'm going to take Daniel Berger.
Okay. Jason, if you just want to pick your alternate now, so you're not doing it like 2 rounds into the tournament.
Or like when someone's fucking -6 on Saturday, you're like,
right,
oh yeah, that was the guy that I wanted to be.
Yeah.
You didn't Hideki Matsuyama? You didn't get that?
I'll go Jordan Spieth.
Oh, we're fucked.
Okay. All right. That's fun. All right. That'll be fun.
Sweet. But honestly, I do think
wait, who's
Webb
your
Simpson's
alternate? I'm gonna write it down.
My alternate's Daniel Berger.
40
But I
to
do
1.
think Justin Thomas was my absolute. I was like, this guy is poised to win this thing, and I think winning on Sunday. Look, it may be a good thing for him. He may just roll it right in. He is streaky like that. He's won 3 times this year, but
No,
never in a
Dustin. Nobody
row.
got Dustin Johnson, right? I'm looking around. He did. Okay.
I got him.
Koepka, Thomas, DeChambeau, McIlroy, Rahm, Johnson.
Yep.
You got Xander.
We got Schauffele and Cantley.
Yeah, Woods. Nobody took. Did Jason take Woods? Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
I got Woods.
Cantley,
Woods.
Webb Simpson. No, nobody.
I took Webb.
That was his second pick.
Morikawa, Ricky Fowler, Jason took. Matsuyama's the first name that nobody took, right?
Yep.
Going down there.
Here are 3 names that we didn't mention that I think could win too.
Jason Day.
Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood.
Okay.
Who else? Hold on, I had these guys. These are the guys I took in my fantasy because I really think that they're gonna have.
How fucking old is Sergio Garcia, by the way?
40s, gotta be. 42 would be my guess.
He's got to be older than that, right? Is he
Is
just
he?
42? No, he's 40. Wow, God, he was just so young when he broke in, huh?
Well, all those guys are, man.
Oh yeah, super young.
Well,
20.
Sergio was like
Oh,
really
Danny
young.
Willett. Danny Willett won the Masters a couple years ago, and oh fuck, we didn't take Gary Woodland, dude. Gary Woodland won the U.S. Open last year, and then he won the match play thing. He lost to Rory McIlroy. That's a good one. That's another name to look for. Danny Willett and Gary Woodland. Fuck, I hope we don't get fucked on either one of those.
What are you
guys.
doing Sunday, Steve?
What is
Are you
Sunday?
watching the shit? We should watch it. We should watch it on Zoom. Do like a Patreon or something for it.
Absolutely, I'm around.
Watch the final round together.
I'm watching. Yeah, I mean, what time? Yeah, it's the same 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we're
Sundays.
both the East Coast time, you and I.
All right, good. Yeah, I'm around for sure.
All
be
right, what about
watching it
that,
anyway.
Johnny? You want Patreon it up?
Yeah, I can record that. Yeah, for sure.
And watch me and Rannazzisi. Now, here's the thing. Johnny just mailed me some jelly beans. We got to mail them to you.
All right, I'll mail you some. Yeah.
We'll mail them to you so you have them by Sunday.
Oh boy. Okay.
You can do it on Punch Drunk, but we don't want to do that on the Patreon, right? The payoff.
No, it's right. We have to do it on the regular.
Do it maybe a
Tuesday.
simulcast, like a crosscast or whatever.
Yikes.
Yeah, we could. So you're doing yours. You're zooming in
So
on yours,
Steve,
huh?
Steve, were you thinking you wouldn't have to do this until you got back to LA? Is that what you?
Well, yeah, I forgot like that we were actually going to do it on Sunday. Yeah, I guess the mailing. I was like, all right, yeah, all right,
So
we got to do it.
So when do you guys still record on Wednesdays?
Yeah, we do Wednesdays. We record tomorrow.
We should do that. The loser has to zoom in to the winner's podcast. So either you'll do it on Tuesday on Punch Drunk, or I'll do it Wednesday on What's the Odds.
And do the reveal then. Yes.
The winner gets to watch the loser eat it on their own show.
And I don't
Got
think we firmed up the lowest to par cross bet or the side
All right.
bet.
So he's got a team of 6 guys, Johnny.
But
right?
who's involved in that? You guys didn't. Is it the whole like?
Our
I mean,
team,
Sam and Ari though. Like, are they? Because they're not going to agree to that.
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're
so
not.
Me
So
and
you
Jason.
are.
That's okay.
Yeah, you are.
These things are fucking hot, dude.
It's Johnny.
Well, it's only you have to eat one.
My pick is Johnny. Seeing how Johnny's the only other person on Punch Drunk besides me. Oh, by the way, can I get a side note? That how many times did Sam Tripoli bitch on Punch Drunk about Ari Shaffir never promoting Punch Drunk on his social media and doing other podcasts and never promoting it? Always shitting on him. I just got a message in my thing. Sam Tripoli, here's my new on Punch Drunk's Instagram and Twitter. Sam tweets, "Hey guys, here's my new Twitter. I got shut down for calling Amy Schumer a cunt." And when you look at his Twitter account, not only is he mentioning his new Twitter account on Punch Drunk's page, Tinfoil Hat Patreon, Tinfoil Hat fucking, it never once mentions that he's even on Punch Drunk, let alone promoting our Patreon. It's just using it as a megaphone for Tinfoil Hat. Never once even mentions this show. His number one beef with Ari. It's so funny.
How about the loser has to blow Casper from Denmark? I mean,
Well,
he's
I
a
tell you
fan of
what,
both of our podcasts. I mean, I don't know if he's gay or not. I see him
good
chick
looking guy.
sometimes, but
Good looking guy.
good looking dude. I mean, it's like I'm sure he's got a hog, a Nordic hog.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, his dick probably wears a helmet with horns on it.
Oh, a Viking cock.
Sam's Tinfoil Hat's legit now, by the way. He had Roger Stone on a couple weeks ago. We had Roger Stone on that show a couple weeks ago. Isn't that crazy?
He's a Giants fan, Casper, so that could make him gay.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Why would you say that about why would you say about them and the NFC East last place team like that? Why would you do that?
Just
it's
because
almost
I know
kicking
a
a
lot
dead
of gay
horse.
dudes like Adam Egget, who is
It's
gay.
so fun. It's so funny how badly I'm like, no, baseball will be all right. I'm like, no, they're gonna be fine. Like, because I could see the Yankees winning the World Series 100-1 in my head. But in my mind, I'm like, football, it's going to be canceled. It's going to be done. Because I know, like, by week 3, we're going to need –
I'm the same way.
well, it's already be over. 0-3
all my good
with
sports, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. All right, guys. We're good.
So, Johnny,
sweet.
you're eating it on the side bet for me. And then who's eating it on your side bet, Rano?
I mean, Lucas or Brenton. I'll make one of them do it.
Give me pros and cons of both. And I'm going to
Lucas is, you know, like
I think
Brenton,
Lucas could eat that no problem.
yeah, Lucas is not an issue at all. He'll be fine with it. He'll do it. He's, you know, he's down for whatever.
See, now,
Brenton
Jason, Jason, can you do me a favor and eat one of these just during the week to make sure I'm not a pussy because with spice? I'm not great with spice. I like
oh,
kimchi
I'm
and shit
terrible.
like
I don't even get. I get wings mild. I don't even
that.
want
Me
like.
too. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You're sweating right now.
Yeah, I'm always sweating. I don't have no air conditioning in my office. It's the one spot in the house that doesn't have air conditioning.
I kind of think Biddlecombe would be funnier.
Of course, because he's a spoiled, entitled cunt now, because of his $1 billion baby. He's so rich.
Yeah.
He's so wealthy. So it's like, oh, would anything besides Dom Perignon pass through his lips? I don't think so. So yeah, it would be great to see him come down and sit around with the shit pigs.
You have Emma, don't you? You don't have Aaron.
Yeah, we have Emma, but Emma's not eating anything. We're not getting anything.
Emma versus Aaron would be funny, though.
God, how much shit does she put up with? I feel bad for her. She must put up with
No,
so much
she's
shit
great.
around ATC.
Aaron must get way more shit than her. We're terrible to Aaron.
No, I just
Yeah.
mean from the guys around ATC, you know, all the strange dudes that come in and out of their comedians.
I'm sure that everyone has to now sign something.
Yeah.
Some sort of
Well, they had a sexual harassment in the workplace meeting, and it was strictly because of our show. And then when Fight Nanny showed up to be on our show, they had a sidebar with her and like took her into another room, and they had to have like a talking to with her to make sure she was totally
You're
fine.
okay, right? Yeah, it was one of those things. Like,
oh god.
I swear to God, I'm not even doing a bit, bro.
can you imagine going to school studying to be a sound engineer, and then you're thinking, oh, cool, I'm going to be at All Things Comedy. Sounds like that's kind of like Comedy Central. And then you show up, and the first day, it's Ari Shaffir with his asshole spread wide open, you know, about 6 feet from where you're doing your professional job. Like, imagine the trauma of that.
Of course. But, you know, it's like, you know what you're in for then. You know what, you know, it's like.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
people,
if you stayed past the first day, it's your fault. That's right. Good
yeah,
point.
you're there. Now you're one of us. There's some things you can't unsee.
That's one of them.
What's
That's it,
Pete's
guys.
handicap?
Pete's good.
I know he's good. I'm just wondering what his handicap is. You said you're at
I
a
don't know.
7?
No, I'm an 8.5, 8.9. So I just changed. What's today? Today's a 4. So it changed on the 1st. So I think I'm like an 8. Let me see. I got it right here.
Remember, you used to have to keep it.
USGA.
You couldn't do it on your phone. You had to at your club. You had to keep your
Yeah, you had to
handicap
put it
on.
in the computer. But now it's fine.
I love that Swing U app. It's amazing.
8.8.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. I had to, dude, golf was destroying my life. I had to stop. I just had to stop. I was breaking too many
I'm loving
clubs,
it.
throwing
I'm
clubs,
absolutely loving it.
just angry all the
Oh,
time.
I've gone through waves of that. I go through waves of that, but I'm in a pretty good spot. I have one problem with one issue that I'm working on right now with the
I'm
driver.
a
but
31.3.
That's not bad. And once you start to get a handicap, you'll realize you don't take 8s and 9s anymore. You know, like because it's like that's how guys can rig their handicap. They'd be really good, and then 1 or 2 holes they'll post like 10s or whatever, kind of almost on purpose, and then they get their handicap up high so that they can go hustle. You know,
Golf is the most mental sport, though, right? As far as in your head, like if I get a bad swing, like some weird thought about like a little hitch or something, I can't play golf. Like I can't even. fucking hit the ball for weeks.
Yeah, and then you have another
amazing.
3 hours left of a slow death,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
constantly hitting the ball, only hitting the ball.
With everybody around you.
You
And
look
it's
at
hard.
basketball,
It's like
oh,
an
I can't
earworm.
shoot today. It's like,
Yeah.
well, at least I could dribble, pass, play good defense.
Yeah.
It's like if I can't swing the club right, it's like, well, what else am I gonna? Can I pick the ball up and throw it?
I had
You
an
know?
80-year-old man. I had an 80-year-old man around hole 15 that I was playing with ask me if I was getting tired because of my swing, and I was like, man, I got to get my shit together. I can't have an 80-year-old. He's twice my age, and he's
my
like,
buddy
yeah.
in college had such a bad semester in art history that when they were passing out finals, the TA goes, "Are you sure you want to take this?" Like that's how bad his semester was. That's kind of like what just happened.
That's rough.
Yeah,
That is rough.
Yeah.
All right,
guys.
well, I feel good about this.
Me
This is
too.
gonna be a fun
It's
bet.
gonna be
really
fun.
Gonna get me into this PGA Championship. I'm
You
excited
guys
to
should
watch.
have it covered, but don't. What do you think the odds are, Steve, that you
look,
guys won't pick a winner here?
I
say
we
we
won't pick a winner.
Yeah,
30%.
I think it's
30,
about right.
40%. I'm worried about Gary Woodland, and I'm worried about Tommy Fleetwood, and I'm worried about Danny Willett. But beyond that, the guys that we mentioned and those guys, I think that's pretty much. I mean, if you ask Brooks Koepka, he's like, they asked him, how do you win majors? And he said, look, majors are what? The field's 150. And he's point blank. He goes, out of those 150, only 80 guys can win. He goes, the other 75 guys are just going to do the best they can. Out of those 80, right, maybe half of them will have their week, have a good week, right? So that's now 40. Out of those 40, right, how many of those guys are going to have great weeks or great days every single day? That's half. He goes, now I got to beat 20 guys. I can beat one at 20 guys. No
That's
problem.
a great way of thinking about it. Yeah.
I know. So that's how he thinks about it. And so that's how I'm like, I think we got one of the 20 guys between us, hopefully. But there are probably 20, 25 guys that can win. See how the weather goes. But, yeah, awesome, guys.
We'll
Thanks for having me.
this on Sunday, and then next Tuesday or next Wednesday, we'll do the big payoff either on your show or ours.
I love it. Beautiful.
I love it, too. So I'll talk
Thanks,
to you
fellas.
Sunday, Steve. Love you, buddy.
All right, guys. Be well.
All my best to the family,
See you,
bud.
Steve. Thank you.
Later.
You want to talk us out of this, Jason?
Yeah, I do, because I want to plug one quick thing. And thanks, everybody, for listening to Punch Drunk as always. This show that I'm doing, if you're listening to this Friday, a couple people have been hitting me up about the Sparta, Michigan thing. It's pretty much going to be at capacity already. So bring a mask. If you're coming, bring a mask. If you're a Punch Drunk fan, what I want to do is extend a guarantee that you get in. So please message me on any format that we have. DM me personally and say, hey, I'm definitely coming to the Sparta, Michigan gig. Can you guarantee that I get in? Because once we hit capacity, they're going to have to turn people away. I apologize for that. It's going to be food design from Central Michigan is coming down. They're doing a free taco bar.
Oh, that's cool.
Free taco bar. There's going to be, we can't sell alcohol, but there's going to be keg beer. So we're going to have a keg. So free tacos, free beer, free show. If you wear a mask, you get in for free. And capacity is going to be hit. So if you're coming, definitely come.
What's their end of this, Jason? What's their end? Where they making money on drinks or something? I don't understand.
Well, it's this guy's birthday, and he's
okay, that's
like,
cool.
Kind of like a big party.
That's awesome. Wow.
And initially, they were going to do it at this club where they could make money on alcohol and all that, and we were going to donate that to a charity. And then they couldn't do that, and so we're just going to get a keg.
That sounds like a fun night.
Bring money.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be super fun, man. It's a really cool venue too. These guys worked super hard on it. I'm very grateful for it. But bring money to tip. So there'll be no cash transactions, no credit card transactions. Everyone's going to be spaced perfectly. If you're going to pull off doing a live show, this is probably the closest thing to the best way that you can do it. So 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, Sparta, Michigan. If you're a Punch Drunk fan and you're listening to this and you're in the area and you're definitely planning on coming, DM me, and I will personally make sure you are on the list for being a Punch Drunk fan and you are able to get in and make sure you get a seat. Otherwise, you're going to get fucked.
Okay.
They're going to have to turn people away. It's going to sell it. It's already almost at capacity. So.
And if you want to go that tinfoil hat thing at the store, just call the store the day of because it could get canceled, at any moment. Like they've been hit and miss with those shows. So if you want to go see that, call first for sure.
Yeah. Call and make sure so you don't drive and get there and fucking be like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I just don't want to feel bad if anybody drives an hour to come see me in Michigan and then it's already at capacity.
I'm jealous, dude. I wish I was there. I would go to that for sure. That sounds like a lot of fun.
And the guy's so rad, bro. He hit me up and he goes, hey, man, you got a little dressing room and there's a total separate barn. Because they use this thing for like high-end weddings and bullshit like that. So there's a whole separate barn where like the bride always gets ready. So he's like, I got a dressing room set up for you there. I'll have like a fucking,
that's sweet, man.
Bucket of ice with a bunch of waters in there for you. I got 50 golf balls I'm bringing and some clubs so you can crank some balls in the woods while you're waiting.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Bringing you a joint. I'm like, dude, will you please adopt me?
You had me at dressing room. I mean, that was.
You had me at these goddamn guns, Johnny. So I'm super excited, man. I've been and I'm really just looking forward to doing stand-up again. I haven't done stand-up in the longest I've gone in my life. It's been since March 18th.
You a little nervous or what?
Not really, because I kind of have that understanding that it's a work in progress. And
what's the move there now? Are you gonna go back to the tried and true shit, or are you gonna work? You got some new material you're gonna mostly do. What do you think?
I got a lot of new material that I've never done, so it's kind of interesting in that sense that I'm gonna be doing. Because usually when you do stand up, you got a bunch of new stuff, but you get it in little increments.
Yeah.
If you're doing a 20-minute set, you might only have 5 new minutes.
But you're gonna try the new stuff here.
I'm gonna have 30. I probably have 35 to 40 minutes of new material.
And just keep the old stuff in your pocket in case you need it, right?
Yeah, exactly right. All the stuff that I know will work, my closers, all that kind of stuff, all my regular usual gags, and then just all my new COVID stuff, all my new, everything that's been happening since fucking.
So much to talk about.
Yeah. So, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I'm very excited. So if you're a Punch Drunk fan, and you definitely plan on going. A few of you have hit me up, and I've DM'd you this in particular. But just to let everybody else know, if you're planning on coming, it's definitely going to sell out. They're definitely going to be forced to turn people away. Not that they don't want to, but we just don't want the cops to show up and shut this down. And we don't want anyone to get sick. We don't want to make this a bad thing. We want to make it a good thing so we can keep doing them. So if you're a Punch Drunk fan and you're definitely planning on coming to this, hit me up. I'll put you on my own personal list and make sure.
What kind of drive is that for you? What kind of haul is that?
For me, it's about 2 hours.
Not bad.
Not bad. And then I'm going to go. My mom's not going to go because,
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't.
And I feel good because then I don't have to worry about her. But my best friend coming up, Chris, he's coming. His wife, and their son. And then I'm going to go back to their place for the weekend. We're going to watch fights, do some swimming, some hot tub, maybe play some golf. So I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited to do stand-up. So if anybody's coming to get some.
Oh, you want to? Hey, I'm gonna tell you a quick story that happened the other day.
Yeah, sure.
I was at my girlfriend's, and we were on the couch, and just watching TV, watching Sopranos. I got her started on that, and her back was kind of hurting a little bit, so she sat up, right?
Uh-huh.
She was like, "Could you just rub my back just a little bit?" So I started like rubbing her shoulders, and then I started rubbing her spine, and she goes, "Oh, that feels good." And then she goes, "Oh, I feel lightheaded," and then instantly she just goes, like, head first into the ground, dude, like passes out.
Fainted?
Cold. Yeah.
Was she sitting down or was she standing?
She was laying down on the couch and then sat up on the couch.
Okay.
And then as soon as I started rubbing her spine, she's like, "Oh, I feel lightheaded," and just did a header right into the floor, bro. And then she starts coming to, like snoring like a fighter that got knocked out. She's like,
whoa.
And then she opens and her eyes are like this, like just big. You've seen those fighters when they come to and their eyes are just
what could happen?
Yeah, silver dollars, and looking around. It was so freaky, man. It's something that happens apparently. Some people that get massaged, sometimes they pass out. Isn't that crazy? It scared the shit out of me.
And then she was just totally fine?
Yeah, totally fine. She was pale as a ghost after that, but for a couple minutes.
Or was scared?
Yeah, she was freaked the fuck out. Yeah, but she said it happened before, and not many times, but I got the magic massage touch, obviously.
What guys made her pass out before?
No, it's actually, she was at her friend reminded her of this. She was at some kind of massage place, just like the spa or something like that, and it almost happened once. And then one time when she was a kid, I think she said her dad was like rubbing her face or something, like getting a massage on her face, and because she had a headache or something, and then she passed out that time too. Isn't that
wild?
Crazy?
That is really kind of scary.
I know. It scared the shit out of me, dude.
Did you ever, when she was passed out, did you think about rummaging through her stuff? Maybe
It wasn't enough time. She started coming to just a couple seconds later. So
you could have gone through her phone. You could have rearranged her furniture and left. There's a lot of things you could have done.
Yeah. I've been through her phone pretty well, so I'm not worried about that.
It doesn't surprise me one bit. All right, buddy. I love you. I'll hit you up.
Jelly beans Thursday, according to Amazon. You'll have those jelly beans. So give me a shout when you try. Give him a little lick.
Shoot Rannazzisi a text, get his address, and then shoot some to him.
Will do.
And we'll be good to go. And then we'll Patreon on Sunday. All right, awesome, guys. Everybody, enjoy your week. Be super safe. Be nicer to each other than Johnny is to his fucking fainting girlfriend. And come see me in Michigan and suck it.